Where they get double honors unto the elders, the apostles, the GMS. Shalom out there to the Arkham out there, teaching his word in sincerity, man. Right, so yeah, back again, right? We're back again, right? And I just wanted to start off with the insanity that is Trump and everything that he's doing right now, and everything that he's talking is absolutely crazy, babble talk, right? Because he is the king of Babylon, right? So he's going to talk about shit, right? So, but like, nothing is coherent, and that's not a good sign for what's supposed to be a strong nation. No one's really agreeing on what the truth is because no one knows what the fucking truth is. Man, I'm questioning the United States president who's meant to be the paragon of truth and justice. We're supposedly a terrorist organization, right? Because the stories are contradicted. But no one can believe what Trump says because it's so outrageous, right? Because the real truth is nothing's going according to plan. Nothing is going according to plan as Trump would have you, or what he wanted, or what you think. Right, and that's evident. Whether you want to believe the ratings or what they're saying or whatever, it's evident because if it was true, he'd be out of there by now. The straight hard moves would be open, and because they're obliterated, right? They're obliterated. They can't fight, but they're fighting. So that don't make no fucking sense. And back at home in America, man, are shut down. Man, are going through shutdowns right now, man, and people are not getting paid. But you're going to war over what?
You asked for 200 billion for the war effort, but you can't help your.
just add it to my tab. You know what I mean? That's what you man are like, but you won't add it to your tab when it comes to your peoples. You know what I'm saying? And you're trying to convince these Americans that Trump's doing everything for you to make your life better. You're doing everything for them. Like America's falling apart, man. It really is.
Oh, is that worms cover thee?
Yeah. But Trump has got to put on that persona, that bravado, like everything's going great. America's the greatest ever been. I'm the greatest president that's ever been. What is going through his mind? He's got a whole fucking. He sits at these meetings just for people to kiss his ass, man. So he can feel good about himself. So America's through, man. If you got to be doing all of that.
This is Jeremiah 51:8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed.
No, we're stronger than we've ever been.
Yeah.
Bro, you don't look like it. I'm saying this now.
It says, how for her take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed.
The only way they're covering up shit is by Trump's mouth. By talking lies, talking shit. Because there's no way you can cover it up. So, I mean, we don't live in America. They'll tell. They're there. Right? But what we do see in America, because obviously we get a image of America like everything's all cool. But but the Skid Rows exist in the world and all these types of things. Cracking, man's on the fentanyl and shit. You gonna say something?
Yeah, no, because I always remember when the apostles way back when were doing the was it in transit, GMS in transit?
Yeah.
That was the first time I'd ever seen America.
Yeah.
Like I was like, whoa.
Real, the daily life of America.
There was one where there was like a bug out just doing like yoga or something outside the side of the window. I think it was like hacks or something, one of them.
Yeah.
It was like he was just a bug out just out there, just like doing just with his top off, doing whatever.
Yeah.
Like
Don't get me wrong, there's a few men like that over here. But it's not like that.
You man.
It ain't like that.
They got whole towns.
Yeah.
It says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed.
So how has anything that you've done brought America back into prominence? Not any president's done that. Not even the great Obama.
Busy.
And he was the greatest talker, bro.
Yeah, man, he was the best president.
He was the coolest, he was all of that.
Yeah, man, he was a skit. Like, he was walking the skit.
But what did he do? How did he put America, establish America better than it's ever been? Because they all run the same campaign that we're going to make America great, better than it's ever been. Where is all of that? Yeah. So none of that's worked. All this talking has never worked because it's just lies, right? Because the elites are fleecing America. America's the cash cow, and they're just fleecing it, man, until they run it in the ground.
Yep. It says, we would have healed Babylon, but she's not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone to his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heavens, and is lifted up unto the skies.
The dream's over, man. Judgment's about to happen.
Yeah.
Right? And everything that's happening in America, just like what happened in Egypt, all the plagues that came along and really messed up that place, messed it up. It's happening to America right now. And then, you might not want to, connect these things to biblical judgments, but that's what's happening. You know, that's why America, the people just through. All the conflict between people. You know, the infrastructure getting degraded. People's morals getting degraded. That's all part of the plague of pestilence, man. Whether you want to acknowledge that or not, but this is why America is not strong. Because it's weak even from within. You know, a house divided against itself cannot stand. It's been weakened. And the Lord's done that.
Isaiah 24:4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth shall languish.
Right? And so it's true for all places around the world. Everywhere suffering. All these nations are getting weaker. Like, Britain's a joke. Britain's weak as fucking hell, man. But so is the rest of Europe. You know? So is everywhere else. And we're meant to be like a well-to-do nation, a first world nation. So if we're suffering, what's it like for the rest of these nations, man? It's worse, right? So everywhere is languishing. There's no exception to that, really.
The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
We've got poor rulership on the earth, beginning with America and these presidents, Trump especially. Right? We have poor rulership. Like we have all these councils, UN Council, United Nations, right? We're all meant to be together, looking after the planet and deciding what's right, international law and that kind of shit. But who's abiding by it? Who's enforcing it? Because America gets to do what it wants to do. Because America's really the head of the world. No one can say, they can say, Trump's doing this wrong. But what are you going to do about it? Nothing. So these laws that they make, they sit down together and discuss, don't mean nothing to America. So the world is just falling apart because we've got a power that's abusing their own power. They don't stand by any agreements that they make. They have an agenda, the elites have the agenda, and they're using America to do it. And Israel, to bring about the end.
Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate.
It's a curse. Curse from who? The Heavenly Father. It's a curse that's destroying this place because there's nothing but wickedness in this place. If the world was righteous, everything would be cool. But we know the earth is not being run like that. No. And that's why the plague's got to come.
Yeah, the chosen are meant to be in their land right now. But then, that's the centerpiece of global war right now.
They're meant to be in power, showing the world the way.
Yeah.
Right? That's what the prophecies. Yeah, that's what the prophecies state, right? They said they're giving herpes to little babies. Like, what the fuck?
I'll finish what it says. And they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore, the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left.
Yeah, that's why they're getting burned right now, man. Right, and that war's coming, man. These men are gonna get cooked, right? Because they're gonna be needing all kinds of mans to go there. Iran talking about they got 1 million man to go fight, right? And the US is gonna put up 10,000. Like, how's that going?
And once again, if I can say, so like when you look at why people join the American military, it's for the perks. It's not because they're hardened. And
they're not fighting nothing righteous.
Exactly, yeah. And they've been told a lot of propaganda, right? So when they're coming out and saying, "Oh, Russia's weak," right? They can't even beat Ukraine. What that's putting in the American mind psyche, if you will, is, oh, we have no, like, if Russia's your biggest threat and Russia's struggling against a weak enemy, you're thinking no one can touch us. I'll join, because that's why you get a whole, when it was we're now going to go war with Iran, you had a whole load of people basically being like, look, they're like, whoa, this is what I signed up for. We signed up to fight countries with no military, no
defense systems, just bomb them. Because that's what America's been doing all this shit, just bombing people, man. Yeah, they might throw some few troops on the ground and get blown up by IEDs and shit. But it's like, realistically, America's strength is in the air. Right, that's why I say it's the Prince of Power in the air. Right, they win battles through the airstrikes most of the time because most nations just can't cope with that. But Iran's obviously a bit more resilient than they used to. So now they've got to put troops on the ground, but it's not in their favour. And that's why, just like how they were asking, Britain and them man to send your ships down to clear the way for the Hormuz, they're going to be asking the world to come fight. So they're going to be drafted in their own country. Britain's going to be drafted because Russia's going to be playing and going to be acting up because obviously there's blood in the water. You know what I'm saying? So all these nations are going to be calling up man to go fight in that war just so the Most High can cook them. That's what it's saying. Was it Joel chapter 3? Right, the man's going to be brought down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, the Lord's judgment, right, to get cooked. Right, so we're just waiting, man. We ain't going to be down there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's not our place. You know, it's you fools. You know? Yeah, so you had more? Or would you read it? Go.
This is Sirach 10, verse 3. An unwise king destroyeth his people.
Yeah, and Trump is just an asshole, stupid as hell. But we know it's just a game. It's not that. I mean, Trump generally doesn't seem all that smart anyway. But you know, we know it's the elites. They're behind, you know, pulling the strings, telling him what he's got to do. Right. So yeah, it seems stupid because like America's just looking like it's looking stupid.
Yeah.
Nothing that they're doing makes any coherent sense. But you're made to think that they know what they're doing.
So, the only sense being made is the end of this man's kingdom. That's just all what you call it? You know when what's that guy?
What?
Marvel, the one with the
Doctor
Strange. It's like it's like
America's destroying everyone.
But it's like you've never seen America act like this before. Be this stupid. No president's ever been this way, and Trump's that's a positive for Trump. You know what I mean? He's like, yeah, no president would have done this. Yeah, there's a reason why. There's a reason why. It's dumb.
It's funny as well because when George W. Bush was in power, that's how they kind of talked about him in the media. They said, "Oh, he's simple."
Yeah.
They'll say like, "Oh, I have clips of him just like stuttering on the mic and whatnot." But then it's like in retrospect, when you look at like compare what Trump's done to his like gaps, it's not like to anyone. It's not even comparable. Like Trump is a whole different level of just incompetence. And it's really just the entire reputation of America is done. I've never seen so many Americans in the UK before in my life. These men have been scared. I'm like, everywhere I go, just American accents everywhere. I'm like, bro, man, I'm trying to stay here. Bro, go home, bro. You're gonna be drafted.
We'll defend your country.
Did you see the one with the Sharpies, man? No, basically it's like he's in the middle of a deep like war conversation. He starts bringing up, and you know Sharpies. You know he starts basically talking about pens in the middle of a. It's like, bro, you're at war. You're about to send sons and daughters to die.
Like American media, man. Yeah, it's much their brains.
I saw one of them just like started moving to the thing that was interviewing him.
Yeah.
Like mid, it's like, remember when you went to dinner? I was like, bro, what? I was like, yo, this guy is
Chump on the girl.
Yeah.
Bro, is that what you do?
This guy's insane.
Man's making moves on top. Yeah, America, Trump lost the plot, bro. You know, Biden was bad because Trump's actually gone insane. He's actually gone insane.
An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority in the city shall be happy.
Right, so you know we're waiting for that righteous rulership, man, where the world can be put on the proper path.
Scriptures speak about wherein dwelleth righteousness, but then also in Second Ezra speaks about truth shall flourish. You know, for like a good week, we was like, yo, you know, BB's gone. You know,
That's why I heard nothing about that yet. I haven't seen him. I ain't seen the 6 feet words. I ain't seen any of that yet. But like, you know, it's time to come. He ain't surviving.
that's it.
Inshallah. But actually, you know, he might be in a bunker somewhere.
Exactly.
And you might have to kick him up later.
Yeah.
Exactly. Wait, exactly.
I would like to punch that devil in the face, bro. I would.
I feel like he's a particularly legendary piece of shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's just the devil, man. He's like the one that they Adolf Hitler.
Yeah, bro, he's like, I wasn't he bigging up what they were doing as well. I swear there's a quote of him I watched where he was saying like, oh yeah, you know, what they did in Germany, you don't make some. I was like, this is insane. I was like, how, like, managers flipped it like that.
You know, the only difference between him and Adolf is like, Trump was shouting in the mic. Adolf was shouting in the mic. You know, he comes a bit more professional, but you can tell he's got murder on mind.
Ecclesiastes 10 and 6, folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in a low place.
Yeah, bro.
I've seen servants upon horses, and princes walking as servants upon the earth.
So we live in a world where the wicked are rulership. Right? That's why right, man. That's why everyone's suffering. You know what I'm saying? That we have to wait for Yahweh Shai to make things right. Because there shouldn't be wars on the earth. You know? So what's this war about? Oh, because man can't have uranium. What? If they got uranium, they got fucking uranium, blood. If it's on their land, bro, what do you need to say anything? It's theirs. You know what I'm saying?
Their own possession.
Yeah, you can't have that, but it's ours. What do you mean? Well, you can't have a nuclear weapon.
But if I can say, because the Ayatollahs, that's the thing in them countries, they actually about, yeah, they're actually about their belief. They're actually about their beliefs, and the Ayatollah was like, bruv, we're not having a nuclear weapon. So that was the end of the conversation for their beliefs. And then they killed the one man, and you've left in place the guy that's lost his dad, his son. Did he lose his wife as well? His wife, you know, and now he's in power.
Yeah, come on, man. You got someone worse.
It's like, have you never watched Taken? Like, what's that?
That's what I mean.
That's
Like,
an actual Marvel villain. Like, he's like, that's a villain
man's
story.
gonna search out the Infinity Stones. All kind of shit.
Man's crying tears of blood when he snaps his finger.
1 million round troops.
Bro,
You know how crazy that is? Bare dudes that are ready to die.
And then they've got a militia as well.
Yeah.
1 million as well.
Yeah, just dudes
on the
who are
home
ready
turf.
to die.
Home turf.
Today we die. That's it.
In the mountains.
In the mountains. Bro, like
Bro,
with full
it's wild.
faith. Like, because you know, confidence and faith has a big part of warfare. Remember, according to the law, if you're shook, you can't even go to it. You know what I mean? And the mighty men of Babylon have refused to fight. Here it is. There's troops from Babylon ships and stuff in their damn clothes and clothes.
Yeah, to get out of the situation.
You get out and fight it, but then you got a couple million dudes who are ready to die today. That's their belief. That's their belief, man.
And you know, it could be that they send these 10,000 in just for a sacrifice, bro.
Yeah.
You know, because that'll bring up the world. Like, oh my God, they killed 10,000 men. Oh, we've got to do something about this. It could be just that, because it's easy to sacrifice more. That's what they're there for. That's what they can use for, right? What's surprising is they send them there to die.
Psalm 49:11. The inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. Nevertheless, man being in honor abideth not, is that the beasts that perish. But this devil basically is used to, he's got, especially off the Trump off the back of Venezuela, the level of pump Esau has is devil, alright? He just thinks he can, we dealt with Maduro so easily, we can just swoop in on Iran and just take over the land.
No
And
plan.
No plan. And
No,
that's
no
that,
exit strategy.
yeah. And that's the, you know, you've been doing it for so long, you've carved out so many places after your own names. In your mind, it's like, who can stop me? Alright? But you don't know that there's a time limit on that. The Heavenly Father set the bounds that he cannot pass. That's right. Alright? You go to Ecclesiastes 3rd chapter, it tells you that there's a time and season for everything on the earth.
This is like your last grave mistake. The Lord set you up with, man. The Lord set you a snare against you, man. It was in Babylon, thou art caught, and thou was not aware. Right? The Most High made you make the decision to end your rule.
Surely a snare is laid in vain.
That's
you
right.
know, it tells you that in Ecclesiastes. You can see a snare and you know you'd probably buy it.
Yeah.
No one ain't gonna fall for that. But there's a fool that's gonna fall for it. Alright? And Esau is that fool. He got told. Trump was told by the advisor he put in place, the general, told him it wouldn't be a wise idea. And even before, he kind of colored these words a bit different now because they're in the middle of war. You don't want to discourage them
Can't contradict
from
what Trump
fighting.
said.
You know what I mean? You got to keep the morale high. But before that, he was saying like it isn't a wise idea. Why did all these other people go into Iraq?
That's it.
Why?
No, Ecclesiastes 9:11, just on what you were saying before. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happeneth to them.
And we know that the Lord is putting out your time and chance, but your time is up. Like your end is here. All this American might that you projected around the world, man, is coming to an end. The Most High gonna smash you up, man, crumple you, man. You look like a real idiot.
They're in slippery places. The Psalm says it, you know, even though it looks like they're prospering, they're on the path of their own destruction.
No.
Psalms chapter 75 verse 6. For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south, but the Most High Yahweh is the judge.
See, Esau, you know, especially America, think they can control who gets promoted. Because obviously they put themselves in that position. The houses shall continue forever, right? So they think they can control and keep their position. It's not up to them. Most High decide who goes up, who goes down. It's always been that way. That's why there's never been an empire that's lasted forever. America's no different. In fact, it's worse. You know what I'm saying? So America worship every idol that's ever existed. You know, at least these ones only had like 360 of them. You know what I'm saying? Esau literally worships all of them. Right? So America is worse than any nation came before it. You know? And then the Most High always set their times. You know? And there's always like I'm not saying logical order, but like a set of events that took place that ended in your downfall. And America's living that out. Same with, you know, same thing that happened to Rome and all these different things. They went too far because they're hubris, because they're pride. Yeah.
The average empire, you know, 250 years.
Which we were meant to be celebrating soon.
That's it.
Yeah.
We were with defeat, though, isn't it?
With an L. No victory parade. No one's gonna.
It says let me start from verse 7 again. It says, but the Most High Yahweh is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another.
They're not going to be selfish, not who you think it's going to be. Right? Because it's going to be us, but we ain't got no military or, you know, you know, it ain't going to be who you think it's going to be. That's right. But you thinking, oh, if America goes there, maybe China. I mean, maybe Russia come and, you know, take over.
Professor Jag.
Alright?
Okay.
It's going to be who you expect the least because, you know, there's used to, you know, put a bet on it, man. It's like we've got the lowest odds.
We're not even on the ticket.
That's beautiful though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's it.
That's why we're gonna have to pencil them in at the bottom.
That's why the law said it's nothing to make the poor man rich. Right, the rich man poor. The law's going to bring us up from the dirt. But that's where we are.
Sneak in real quick. This is Sirach 11 and 5. It says, many kings have sat down upon the ground, and one that was never thought of hath worn the crown.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
There you go.
right.
And like I said, you know, pursuant to Songs of Solomon 5 and 1, you know, you man down upon us. Right? And when we get, you know, when the Lord comes, the angels deliver us, but you got shit that happens. These dudes on the chariot.
That's right.
You know? The Lord chose them.
Yeah, these guys?
You know? They're just violent animals, you know what I mean? Like, you know, they're low IQ. You know? All they can do is dance. You know what I mean? Dunk balls or whatever.
You know how they always say like they steal a lot of ideas and stories and films from like the scriptures. Like whenever that kind of topic comes up, I think of, you know, Kung Fu Panda. Like you remember when in the first one he's like, the panda? The panda? It's like, you're the dragon warrior?
Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah. Get his hands, you know what I mean?
This is Daniel 7:18, and it says, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever.
Right? And it's not like we're gonna have a battle in the sense that, you know, we're gonna be evenly matched and we're just gonna win. It ain't gonna be that, man. You're gonna be crippled already by the time you even start fighting you anyway, because you're gonna lose most of your military in the Middle East anyway.
Oh yeah.
In the Valley of Jehoshaphat. Yeah. You know, because you thought it was a smart idea to go do that, but you're gonna lose a lot of men there. Right? And the armies that are left around the world, they're the ones that will be left over to fight the Lord and the angels when they come. But it's not gonna be a fight.
Yeah, it's going to be a flawless victory.
Flawless victory. But these men and these men are gonna turn out the fight. They'll know that, because they're gonna be fucking shitting themselves. But they know what they're up against, bro. It's not natural. It's not normal, bro. You know, and they're just not capable of dealing with that. You know, so we're just gonna take the kingdom. We're not gonna struggle for it. We're gonna take it. Yeah.
A quick one, just to land back off the saints, right? Just proving who the saints are. This is Psalms 148, verse 14. In fact, let me start from 13. Let them praise the name of the Lord, Yahweh, Ma'ashem Yahweh Shai. For his name alone is excellent. His glory is above the earth and the heaven.
But what if you don't have the name? Some Israelites Israelites out there, we're very fucking sorry, man.
Yeah, right.
You know, we don't take this seriously.
It says, he also exalted the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even of the sons of Israel. And people there unto him, praise you the Lord Yahweh.
That's what the Most High is all about, man. His people, his children. And you know, the UN came out recently and approved, you know, to say that the transatlantic slave trade was the worst crime in history. Right? But it's not only the greatest crime in humanity, it's the greatest crime against the Most High. What you've done to these people. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And you don't think the Most High going to repay you for all of that?
I have a quick one on that. This is Daniel 9:12. And he had confirmed his words which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven have not been done as have been done upon Jerusalem.
That's right. You know, so hey, we know the Lord put us in this predicament because of our transgressions, right? You know, but Esau, what he did was beyond all kind of reason.
Yeah.
Because he's got hatred in his heart.
Yeah.
Because he's got that perpetual hatred, right?
Everlasting.
And the thing is, what they always try and say, well, slavery exists in every culture. Yes, it has.
In the same way.
But chattel transatlantic slavery was an unprecedented system. Because even like Rome.
This current let's say slavery they work to spend money, no doubt. But what you do, you're just working for it. You're useless, man. You think the Most High don't care about his children or after what they've been through, and he's just going to pick somebody else to be bend the Lord down. I'm fucking at you every day.
Zechariah 2:8. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, after the glory have he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye.
That's the point. Right? We are the apple of the Most High's eye. He hasn't all of a sudden not cared about us. He's always stated that he cares. And that's why he's going to avenge us for what the nations have done. Right? And Esau is the head of those, man. Head of those enemy list of Psalms 82, I think it is, right? They're the head of that fucking enemy list. Right? That made a tumult against us, right? Yeah. Right? Because what he did was crazy. He didn't need to do it, but he loved it every second of it. Right? So when you're in our hands now, we're gonna love every second too. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it.
Yeah.
We're gonna boast.
Yeah, we're gonna fucking boast. We're gonna laugh you to scorn, man.
I got a quick one. Hosea 1:10, it says, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered.
Right? Because we're scattered, right? And so it's hard to keep track of all the Jake around the world because we're so many, but like, you know, because we kindle with the other nations, we kind of look at different, speaking different. It's hard to kind of tell, right? But as a people, we're the largest people on the planet because we're like the sand. You know what I'm saying? And we're only gonna know in the last days when we get beamed up and that who's who, like, you know. And obviously a lot of people are going to die. But the elect are going to be delivered and we're going to bring back the nation of Israel for our seed. You know?
Which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power.
Right, so we know the Lord hasn't abandoned us. Because you want us to believe that the Lord abandoned us, man. That's just not the truth. That he's picked somebody else. That's not the truth, man. He's just looking for his righteous. That's it. That's what's happening there. Yeah, that's what he's looking for. That's what it is. Right? In the appointed time. Right? That's why all the brothers are here, man, because we're waiting for that appointed time, man. We're waiting to see if we're worthy to be delivered. You know? The Lord's not looking for everybody, otherwise it'd be easy. He wouldn't take time. Just pick everybody up, isn't it? But no, he's looking for his elect. Right? So, you know, the appointed time, brother comes in at different times or whatever, there's more brothers to come in. Last hour is like, no, that to happen. Right? But that's who the Lord wants. You know?
And there's a process as well. You got to go through the baptism of Yahweh Shai. Right? You had the baptism of John the Baptist by water, but this time it's by the furnace of affliction. So you ain't just a, okay, are the elect? No.
It's not something that we choose either.
Yeah.
Pretty simple, man. This is Acts 14:22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High.
So even the tribulation we go through is part of the works. The fact that you have to endure it, man, and don't give up in the face of affliction. The Lord, like he said, the Most High said it pleased the Lord to afflict His Son. It's the same with us. It pleased the Lord to see us go through stuff, man, to deserve our spot. Even though we decided what that is, it pleased Him that we endure it and battle it. You know?
It's a sacrifice of a sweet savor.
Yeah. The Lord already knows the outcome already. Yeah. He puts you through things and you're thinking, oh, I can't deal with it, but the Lord made you.
Yeah.
He knows the numbers in your head. That's why I told you he's not going to put that much into you. Certain people hear your story and they're like, oh shit, that's life changing. It is life changing in most cases, but if the Lord put it on you, you can deal with it. You just got to commit. You know what I'm saying? You just got to commit.
I've got a precept.
Free your mind.
The elder Pat mentioned. This is Matthew chapter 3 and verse 11. I indeed baptize you with water unto repentance, but he that cometh after me is mightier than I, whose shoes I am not worthy to bear. He shall baptize you with the Holy Ghost and with fire.
Yep. So that the Holy Spirit and the fire, man, is adversity. You know? Obviously we give you the Holy Spirit to understand the truth and everything, but we have to go through adversity. To see that, through much tribulation we shall enter into the kingdom.
One, like, just like that example there, John, just to add to your point, like, he went through hell. He got beheaded. He got killed a number of things in his past life. He got lifted up, translated. When he came as John the Baptist, he went through hell, man. He was out there in the wilderness.
So he just do that part. He's out there in the
Wild
wilderness.
locusts.
You know?
He's living like a madman, living like a barbarian basically. And he brought hell to the point where even though he saw Yahushua, he still got persecuted. Yeah. But he said his shoes are not even worthy. He said what he went through is still not even on the level. He's basically saying that's light compared to what Yahushua has to go through.
Yep.
So that shows you there's levels of hell that you have to go through as well. Like you have to still endure.
Even the scripture says a light affliction. You know?
And it said the servant is greater than the master. The servant should add his master.
You know when Peter was saying, "Oh Lord, I don't want you to drink that cup,"
Yeah.
the Lord said like to curse him out.
Yeah.
Got to
And
do
he
it.
said, "Oh, don't worry, Pete. You gonna drink that cup?
Yeah.
You think about that cup. You gonna drink that cup.
Yeah.
And then when you drink that cup, then you find out, oh yeah, you know what Yahushua was talking about.
Yeah. And that's the thing, when you come into the truth, there's a realization of it.
Yeah.
Because obviously we're told these things, because nothing's happened to you, you haven't experienced nothing, you're like, okay, cool, innit?
Yeah.
Right, but when the Lord does put it on you now, it's like, oh shit, man, this is what the scriptures really talking about.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, because you've got to live the scriptures, and we're going to just read it and learn
That's
it.
why the word, we go through the tribulation, but the comfort is the word.
Yeah.
Because you can go to the things that are written aforetime are written for our learning.
Other men have gone through it before us.
There you go. You have a reference point. You can read the whole book of Job. Job's name is Iowa, which means affliction. You have a story of a man with great wealth that just got smoked down by the Heavenly Father, just to prove the point that he is worthy to be that man, and he can go through that affliction. And that really shows you Noman as well. He went through all, and then he came out in the end. He saw his children onto the third and fourth generation, and his riches were multiplied by 10, I believe it was. 100-fold. Okay. So basically, all that he went through was a sign, like that's something you written before. You read it now, you can say, okay, that's light work compared to what I'm dealing with now. I mean, sorry, what I'm dealing with now is light work compared to what his wife got.
It's something great loss.
Yeah.
It's something great loss.
His children,
You know?
his friends was talking shit about him.
And I suppose the difference between Job's story and Yahushua's story, because Yahushua had to show the same thing, but he had to show great restraint. Because he had the power to do what he wanted to really. But he came to obey the will of his father. So he had to show great restraint, because he didn't have to go through that. If he wanted to not do it, he could have done that. But he knows he was under the orders of the Heavenly Father, man, the same as we all are. So we know we're all here to show the different types of characteristics, the restraint, endurance, to go through suffering. But Yahushua suffered, man. Like on a personal note, Job, like he got sores in the body and stuff, but Yahushua was beaten like pretty much to death. Yeah, and then was hung on a on a cross.
Well, I've got a perfect precept. I don't know if someone's read it already. Hebrews 12, 1 and 2. It says, Yahushua the example, the heading. It says, wherefore,
Seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beget us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us, looking unto Yahweh Shai, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at his right hand side and right hand throne of the Most High.
And that's what this upcoming Passover is all about, man. Yahweh Shai sacrifice. Right? Because otherwise without that we wouldn't be here. You know? We wouldn't be here, man, doing this and having the chance of salvation. You know? You know, like apostles, they made us aware that this is not going to be an easy thing. You still gotta get there, and life isn't fucking great trying to get there, man. It's just hard.
That's why it speaks to me in the second Ezra 7th chapter. You got that?
I was about to get it.
Okay,
Yeah.
Second Ezra 7th chapter, fire on one side and deep waters on the other.
But some Israelites just treat this like a game, man. Like it's all just an Israelite party that's 24/7, man. Without really understanding the pain and suffering you have to go through. You know, to enter into the kingdom. You know?
Yeah, it's just second Ezra 7 and 6. There is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field and is full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were on the fire a right hand and on the left hand a deep water, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that they could but one man go there at once. If the city now were given...
You go to Matthew 7 chapter, it talks about the straight gate, man. And the word straight means in a position of difficulty. And only one man can tread it at a time, because it's not an easy walk. To be part of the chosen is not an easy walk, man.
And it's a personal journey.
It's a personal journey,
You know, brothers know and understand the same things, but like, really it's you and the Lord. Right? The Lord's the one guiding you across that straight. You can't hold the other brother's hand and hoping that his words is going to help you. Everything's got about, you've got to be about your words. What did you do?
Yeah, about your own salvation.
That's right.
That's right. Like we said, you've got to be battle tested, man. And to be part of the chosen, man, it's not a light thing. That means the Lord chose you for a specific task, and only you can fulfill that task, man. Out of a whole number of souls, 144,000 men, are those chosen seed, a chosen line of righteous men, integral souls. So not anyone that can just put on a garment and talk about Hebrew Israelite is a man of the Lord. Guys that come in this truth, and they treat this thing like it's a fashion show. It's something to make merchandise.
Side hustle,
yeah, side hustle, or it's a trend, you know. And then they're adding and taking away from the scriptures, not knowing that they're, butchering the scriptures and perverting the gospel, man. You know, there's a lot of prophets, but there's false prophets too. Not every guy that says he's a prophet is a prophet. The Lord, he got prophets of Baal, you know, like Elijah had his prophets of the Baal, you know, he had the prophets of Baal and all that. So there's different type of levels of prophets too.
And that's what it tells us about testing them in the spirit, man, see if they be of the Lord or not.
Yeah.
You know, what are they teaching?
Yeah.
You know,
Are they coming in the name?
That's right.
So his spirit was the elder apostle Ramlon's in the video on that right now. About false prophets and false doctrines.
Yeah. Because you're going to see a lot of that in these last days.
Because
a lot of heretics.
there are many.
A lot of apostates. That's why it's the year of the apostates.
Especially when that MOTB starts to come out.
That's the main
Everyone's
thing.
going to say, I told you about this. Remember? I said this before.
Listen to me,
Man
moron.
gonna have it. Not on the down low, man gonna have it.
Yeah. That's going to be like the main sign to show you, the main divider, like the brother said, of who's really been teaching the truth and teaching lies, man.
Then shall we know who my chosen is.
It's coming, man. We can't avoid it. Just like you can't avoid World War III. It's coming, man. The mark of the beast is inevitable. It's not something you can avoid because it's going to change everyone's lives. Day to day as you're working and everything you do in society is going to be, surrounded around this mark of the beast system, man.
Yeah, you know what it reminds me of when the Lord spoke about well. But yet one widow was chosen of Zidon as well. Weren't even within the land. It was in the land of the Philistines. All right. So basically, this time that we're heading into, it's going to be few and far between the men of salvation. They ain't gonna. Yeah, it's not gonna be. Oh, like everyone's gonna be okay. You know, everyone don't realize right now what's going on with Iran. It's like it's a foreshadowing of what's to come. People would just, you know, it's entertaining. Yeah, man. Yo, I'll give you the president's addresses. This avenue in DC. Yeah, bomb him. But you don't know that you're implicated. Right? World War III is gonna take. It's gonna be all encompassing.
Yeah.
You're gonna be drafted by a draft dodger. Right? You're gonna be in the thick of it. This is something that
You're gonna have problems at home. Because you can't afford them. You know, everything's gonna come crashing down. Civil war's gonna be issued in America. It's not even just that war you got to worry about. It's what's gonna be going inside America too.
Look at the oil prices right now. That's gonna have a, you know, there's all different types of people who pay attention to what's all the moving parts. You can see this is just a house of cards falling down.
Yeah, they said they might run out of medicine soon if it don't stop soon.
Wow.
Certain treatments are just stocks are not going to be coming in like that. What Esau's doing is a planned demolition because the elites, this is basically they're working towards their goal of attempting their new world order because they need the people to starve out and they have to ration out things. You've got the grid lockdowns now going on. So this is like the perfect ruse catalyst to bring forward and find capstone on the group.
But what we got to remember as well is that all things being spiritual, Esau, like Trump being elected, you had I don't forget her name, man. She even spoke about Trump being elected and they were like, oh, we don't know why he got him. And then they figured out later on down the line that, you know, he's the guy for the job. So they, from witchcraft, even seances. So they're walking blind in a sense. They're walking in the bush of Satan.
Well,
So
their demons are failing them.
there you go. Because they did it. Remember when they did this attack based on, you know, with Venezuela, based on a
few days,
blood moon.
Yeah.
So they're moving according to the spirit. So they thought they were gonna, you know, they just thought, yeah, we'll take Iran. But now it's working a different way. But it's gonna bring about that NWO. Alright? But it's not going according to their plan.
And even with that, because they're still going to think at the end of this whole ordeal, they're going to come rising out of the fire like a phoenix. But it's going to backfire. And then those nuclear missiles that they fought weren't going to be, those buttons weren't going to be pressed. Russia's going to push that button.
Yeah.
They're trying to avoid pushing them ICBM missiles, getting them involved, thinking that they're just for show, just to, you know, scare tactics. Yeah. But they're actually going to push their buttons, man. And that's what Esau doesn't understand.
Yeah, this is Second Esdras, chapter 15, and I'm going to start from verse 14. It says, woe to the world and to them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another.
What would life be like when that happens? You think it's gonna be like normal like this? Bro, it's gonna be like a fucking purge. Yeah. You know, you creep around, like, you don't want to be outside. You don't feel safe inside either. You know what I mean? You're just bugging out.
Leave the lights off. Don't have any screens on.
You ain't gonna have the power anyway. It's lights will be up anyway.
Even with America right now, they got ice to the airports right now. So it's like, I forgot who I was watching, Joe Biden or something, one of these people, and they said, yeah, I came through the airport, it's like coming from Africa, or no, it's base, on a thingy, it is what it is. Yeah, he said, like, yeah, I'm getting used to coming from the airport, it's like Africa, Colombia, you know, you got all the guards and the dog, like, yeah, it's militant, you know?
But that reminds me of the episode called Nosedive in Black Mirror. She wanted to board the plane, and they had the social critic scoring system implemented, and they had the troop with a gun. And he was like, calm down, man. You know? She was about to lose her right because the social credit score, it dipped, so she couldn't board the plane. You know, so it's, you know, that social scoring credit system, they're trying to implement that, and the chip's going to solidify it.
Well, they said they're going cashless in 2027. So they're really, like, they're compounding on everything. They're introducing this system. realise what's
Well,
happening.
the war's the cover. The war's the cover for it. Because while they're all fighting each other, man, Elon Musk is making the X app, you know, everything happen. You know what I mean? All the payments and stuff, all the crypto stuff's going on.
Oh, they already took out the penny as well. The penny, like they stopped making pennies in the US. Then there were people saying, oh, they're gonna work out, change their prices so that you don't have to give pennies anymore. And that's just like people think, oh, you can do without a penny. But then it's like, then oh, well, why have 5 cents? Why have 10 cents? Then it's like, why even just still with
Because they admit now that it costs more to print the money than the value of it. So what's the point? It's just costing it for no reason.
You got more, yours?
Yeah, it says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power."
Right, and Trump's already getting ready to attack the American people, man. Because he's already labeled one group of terrorists or that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? You know, Antifa or whatever, man. So he's already in his mind planning to do something about that, right? But these guys don't listen to you, and that's why there's gonna be beef in America. Because people that believe on these different fucking politics sides already beefing each other already. You know what I mean? Blaming one side for this and the other side blaming something for that. They're already at war. It just they ain't clapped off yet. You know, but that time's coming. You know, you saw it in the movie Civil War. You know, they're gonna be asking them the hard questions on what type of American you are. The hard ones, you know, the high IQ questions. The difficult ones,
Revelation 13:11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
That goes into the whole bipartisan parties. And yeah, 2-party system, and that's all the setup of liars, man. It's all the entertainment of the goyim to make you think like you have a choice. You know, make you think that you're involved in society.
Well, here's they got everything wrong, right? But they're using the war in Iraq, which most people don't agree with. So what does it matter? Your vote don't mean shit. You just put a madman in charge. You know what I mean? And you're along for the ride, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
He came into power saying he was going to stop all the wars, and then he called the Department of Defense, the Department of War, and went to
The main military man like this like shit. And now he's about to give America the biggest L they've ever had.
Even this bipartisan party, like the government, that weren't as big a deal going back a couple of years ago. So it really shows you where we're at. Like the fact, and
It was with Trump, his first election. That's really where you got a big split.
okay, because now even with that as well, the scripture said it spake as a dragon. We're starting to see that draconian all this shit man coming to pass. Right, where
If he hates them, he's just talking madness too.
No mercy and that.
Yeah, no mercy. Right.
What did he say? He said, basically said, let every bullet find its target in the prayer. I was like, damn.
They took it hard.
him out in his final form.
Exactly.
You know, that reminds me of fucking this American Gods. You know, when they're shooting the guns in the air and all that type of stuff. Like, it's
The god Vulcan, isn't it?
yeah, Vulcan, yeah.
Idol Vulcan.
Yeah. So this
Which is on that painting on the, above the Washington DC thing, the
Apothecary.
the George Washington. or
Yeah.
whatever. So
Apotheosis.
apotheosis, right? Vulcan's one of those Roman or I think he's a Roman god. Vulcan is a Roman god.
I think it sounds like Latin. Vulcan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
something like that.
Festus, Norse in Greek, and then
Yeah. Right. So that idol actually sits in Washington. You know, where they make all these decisions, right? You know, depends on the water. Yep. They want extra money, military, you know, to develop this weapon and that weapon, just to go mash up some people, man.
So he's
You know?
basically one of the heads of the filthy frogs.
Yep.
In Revelation 16, because it represents the dragon, the beast. You know, we've got the Pentagon, we've got City of London, the Roman Catholic Church. So yeah, it's all that's actually the right European setup, man. If it's gonna fail, we're at the end of it now. He's all done, man. He can do all that threatening and trash talking all he wants. Iran's ready for the war. They built for it. They're like, come, man. Fuck around and find out. Say FO, fuck around and find out.
You got fucking King Jong-un, who's just doing like they're doing a lot of media with King Jong-un as well, where he's with his daughter everywhere, shooting tanks and fucking shit.
yeah, they're setting her up in it.
They're sending messages,
Well, I'm not gonna lie, you know how it kind of feels like, you know, when like fights start happening, like Secret Joshua or something, it's like, yeah, we want to see what happens. Yeah, we want to see what happens. We want to see you man go down there.
Yeah.
See if you really hang with them man down there. Yeah. You know, you talk about all your special forces and shit. Well, let's see how good you are, innit?
Yeah, he's gonna just fall back to his sword, man. His that superior sword that he's been given. But even like, cause I mentioned it and I shared it in the chat. These new things they're called meta machines, right? All one word. If you look it up, where basically it's like it's an AI built robot, where it's not one robot. And then the guy was showing like he broke one of the legs, and then the rest, that leg, and then the other part of the robot basically just kept moving. So they're basically building unkillable machines, man.
It's that new movie that
yeah.
It's that new movie that they just put on Netflix. Like a meta machine.
Right.
War machine.
War machine, okay.
They didn't even know that was out there. It was just out there chilling, hibernating in the snow. And all of a sudden it just came out of the fucking cliffs and it just started destroying. Laser technology, all of that. They're showing you that Esau's got
some stuff.
Super stuff in them warehouses, man. Getting ready to be unleashed. But that's why men of the Lord are going to need spiritual power in that place.
Revelation 6:4, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword.
So all this talk of peace, it always seems to have been in this war. Trump promised peace, and then comes another war. These men don't do peace. They're always at war. They make so much money out of war, it's a whole fucking industry.
These men peace prize, and then was like, you dropped the most road strikes took today. Trump did one as well. He snatched it.
But then he got one from FIFA though.
Yeah. Because he saw it at the prime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So these devils, they can't be trusted, obviously. They talk peace, but war is always in their mind. You know?
That's why Iran's like lately just saying there's no negotiation to talk. There's not about all this peace talk that America's talking about. There's no treaties on the table.
Why?
We don't want to hear that.
Twice. Yeah. And then that's the thing. The Omani foreign minister, I believe it was, came out and he put it on record. Was like, no, I don't want to hear no cap. They gave you a better deal than you had before. That's what he said.
Yeah, I think they said multiple times. They like 2 or 3 times they had a good deal.
Yeah.
Then it fell. I was like, this guy's a devil.
Never trust our enemy.
Yeah.
Scripture tells you all this, right? And well, Iran called them the great Satan anyway, so they already kind of know. You know what I mean? So they've been waiting for this day because they knew America was going to overstep at some point. Because Israel won it.
And they've been showing some heavy propaganda, man, against America.
Yeah, it's funny.
And it ain't even really propaganda, because it's actually, they're showing Baal, they showed the missile going up in the Epstein Island there. They got them, man.
What they say is not untrue, bro.
That's right.
And it's the Heavenly Father. The Heavenly Father is making it where your secrets are being discovered, man. Your tongue is falling upon it. So.
You know that Iranian professor they always keep getting on the TV. He don't. Bro, remember calling it the Epstein
class.
I'm like, rotten. Why you calling it Epstein? Because that's what you man are doing. Like, you know what I mean?
That's what you're on.
It was birds of a flock. They stick together.
Because Trump's all through the paperwork, man. He's all there. And they act like he never done it.
You experienced LBC, bro. You made that LBC.
Yeah, the FC regime. That's the FC regime. That's mad.
Oh, he was the one on the LBC radio. Yeah. She had.
But he don't rap though. He don't like that. No one talking about. He talks. He talks in it.
Yeah.
He's talking about. Yeah, you haven't done that. Dissemination against Iran. But we haven't.
Okay.
You know.
You got about?
Second Ezra's 15 and 30. Also, the Carmanians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood.
Them Persian immortals. And they'll blot out the sun.
Come.
They just said like recently Houthis attacked the Navy,
the Navy warship.
Fucked up one of the Israel's
Yeah.
biggest ships out there.
Yeah, and was it the Houthis as well that ambushed them?
Yeah,
They ambushed the whole, yeah.
Wow.
Because we were saying before camp, it's like the Houthis, they're basically going to war in their burial shrouds because they get buried in that white with writing on it, so they're going to war in that. I love, man.
See, this is a thing that, hey, the Western world is so fucked up, yeah. That you people have forgotten. There's people out there that they stare death in the face every day. Like it's nothing. It's like, well, I'd rather die than you know. You forget there's an old world. There's a way things used to be. Ancient mentality where it's just like dying is just I'm gonna die anyway.
America's trying to get back home. These men don't care. These men don't care.
They are, man. They're counting the days. They're like, I've got 183 more days. Yeah, that's it.
Did you see certain of them? You'll be watching videos and the bomb will drop next to these Iranians and they won't move. They won't scatter. I was like, wow.
They're cheering. But you remember they have public hangings still. All that medieval type of spirit back in the day. They still.
That's why
got
they're a brutal regime that needs to be changed.
You got guys. You got guys killing little boys with Skittles, man. What are you talking about? You know, police. You know, fucking wrestling people to the ground and choking them out. Like, you know.
But then obviously, you know, that's righteous and just. The American justice system, you know, they straightened all that out. You know, that's why the Epstein files came out. They took so much action.
So,
Sort of fixed. Yeah. Sort of like for the benefit of the elite. Everything in the system works to the benefit so that the elite continue to you know, they get what they want. So people a bit like, you think 20 billion for war. Meanwhile, so how much would it cost to do like school dinners in the U? Man, I've been trying to get school dinners in the U. I'm like, you man don't have school. Like, man are starving in school. Like, they can't read anyway. Like, what we doing, bro?
Yeah, America's just dumbed down people so much. It's even thought about to war is petrified. Like the brother said, the ancient, they still got that ancient mindset. But when it comes to war, they're in a warlike mentality. Like they're ready for it.
But the men that are in that war mind kind of mentality, they're being disrespectful. You know, their man saying they don't want to go to war for Israel. So there was no respect for even these guys. So why do they want to fight?
so,
You know what I mean? So they can rely on is Gen Z, but Gen Z don't want to fight nothing. They want to play Call of Duty.
Apparently you got certain man smoking weed on purpose to make sure they fail tests.
yeah.
Well, you got
To be
it.
discharged.
Do
what you got, innit?
Oh, there's no restrictions on criminals. Smoke weed, you're still gonna have to go to war. Instead of the age range, instead of the age range.
Bro, it's smart. It's smart. Do what you got to do, man. You don't want to be there, man. I'll tell you that. But those that have you there, you're going to be there, bro. So there's nothing to do about it. You know, these devils that have you out there.
I got a precept. Isaiah 13:6. How ye, for the day of the Lord Yahweh is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of the Lord Yahweh cometh through, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. So yeah, the day of the Lord only when America be turned into the lake of fire prophesied in the book of Revelation. That's going to be that day. But in the lead up to that, chip rolls out, but then from there it's off to the races. All right, you can see how volatile it is at this point in time right now. When the chip is, I say it for lack of a better word, it's an afterthought right now. Everyone's on edge about, oh, am I gonna get drafted? Or are we gonna go to war?
The attention's on the war. Right?
There you go.
That's where the attention's at.
Yeah.
You know, but like I said, I mentioned earlier, they're still doing the things behind the scenes in terms of the digital systems, right? They might have stopped. But it's just going under the radar because you're concerned about Iran doing this or America.
But when you look,
so I was gonna say, then they're getting people shook about on so terrorists as well, talking about because domestic team. That's another narrative they're pushing as well. well. Because even when Iran hit the Cyprus base, they grilled Keir Starmer talking about if Iran was to shoot a missile, how are you going to deflect it? How are you going to protect UK lives? And then you have people calling in like, oh shit. You mean to tell me they could hit my house from
But come to find out, one of the things that they said is it didn't even come from Iran.
Yeah.
The one that went that site, it didn't even come from Iran. It was a false flag.
But they got people
And
shook.
you know, these Iranians, they've been hitting bases.
Yeah.
You know, the Allied bases.
That's meant to be the safest place.
Or where the soldiers are hiding in hotels and whatever. Right? Because Israel can shoot down hospitals.
Exactly.
Or like the
Go down the ground. Right? They're on the ground.
all girls school.
They double tapped it.
Yeah.
They double that. How much of a demon you gotta be?
Then they asked Trump, and they said they asked Trump. They asked Trump, and they were like, "Yeah, it was Tomahawk missile. Only America has those." He goes, "Oh, I don't know. I won't have to look into that."
We sell Tomahawk weapons to everybody. You know
It could have been Iran. It could have been a missile. Only America.
But this is the thing. America talks about like they're righteous, that they do warfare fairly, right? But they break the rules, and so they expect Iran to stick to the rules. That's just dumb. Oh yeah, we shouldn't hit any infrastructure. Man's hitting infrastructure though. So why ain't Iran going to retaliate the same way? They hit desalination plants and all these different types of things. You acting like they're meant to be unreasonable. You started it. You go up to them and start doing craziness. So obviously they're going to repay in kind. Because you'd be an idiot not to fight on the same platform that you're fighting on. You know, but you're going to say, oh, they've been bad because they're hitting this and hitting that. But bro, what you do? You know. You got Israel dropping white phosphorus everywhere.
Yeah,
The Geneva Convention, they wiped their arse of it, man.
That's it.
Oh, it could have been something else though.
They had the nerve to complain about Iran using cluster munitions, and it was like, bruh. Yeah, but they've been using them in Gaza. They're not even a treaty to it. Which
Without Israel annexing
Lebanon.
They want to annex South Lebanon. I was like, what is this? What's going on here? What is it, a fucking Twilight Zone?
But that was the same
Russia
thing with
do
Gaza, because like Gaza, when Gaza happened, then they were like, oh, we need to go take somewhere, like start a war with. When that started,
but you know what it sounds like? The Great Israel Project.
That's what, bro. And that's the thing is like, that's what man was talking about. That's what.
No,
we just talking about in the US, like the Great Israel. Oh,
yeah. But
Or something.
But Russia annexed Crimea, and that was
the end of the world, yeah.
Man, it's demons, bro. Go on.
Psalms 140 from the top, it says, "Deliver me, O Yahweh, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man, which imagine mischiefs in their heart. Continually are they gathered together for war."
Yeah, that's it. Continually are they gathered together for war. Like, this is what Esau's protocol has always been. Starting with American Indians. Same thing, he made treaties with them, broke every single treaty. Showing you that throughout history he's had the same track record, man. And it's the same people coming back. Like, they never change, man. You can't change a leopard, can't change a spice.
Esau wants what he wants.
And he's going to do
Nothing's going to get away with it.
He's going to scheme. Oh, that's his nature, right? Who is it? The days of mourning for my father at hand, then will I murder my brother Jacob.
Yeah. So he's always had that murderous, scandalous, treacherous behavior. When he began to the garden of the serpent, when he came back as Cain, and Esau came back as Esau. The same spirit, man.
It was the scripture say that there's nothing more wicked than a covetous man. Esau just the most covetous. That's why nobody's safe.
I've got a precept to back up what you said about Iran going like for like with Israel, the state of Israel. Habakkuk 2:15 and 16. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth that bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. Thou art filled with shame for glory, drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and the shameful spewing shall be on thy glory.
Yeah, that's their history. And even before that, the verse above that, when it talks about how long, you know what I'm saying? Yeah? How long, man, are these nations going to sit by and let you keep just taking the piss, making excuses, when another people putting your nose in other people's business, basically. That's what America is known for, the hegemony and that, the big bad bully. And now the bully's getting bullied. By little small Iranians, the Armenians are tearing hard up. The Israelis over there, they can't deal with it, man. They really want to back up, but they've done too much. And then, Iran's just going gonna go all out.
What was it? They killed mayor leaders and
Yeah,
man and
yeah,
all
yeah,
that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I thought it was gone. You know what I mean? That was the most prized person in the whole of the land. So, you know, the talk has got to stop at some point, isn't it?
Reap what you sow, innit? That's basically what it is. Reap what you sow.
A lot of the European nations are stressing as well
Everybody's
because Trump was putting pressure on Spain as well. But Spain was basically saying we ain't going to send no forces down to the Middle East.
Well, they're not fit to go fight no war, bro. You know what I mean? These European nations, they're pigs nations. That's why Spain's quiet.
Sitting in the sun.
The British come through their fucking summer.
Hey, what's that thing? Having a siesta and that.
That's what you're saying,
Yeah,
man.
wine and all that, you know.
Yeah.
What do they call that? What's that dish, man?
Paella.
Paella with some mussels and
Yeah, mussels and crab.
Plate of
Yeah,
filth.
man.
I don't know what to
He been ripping his NATO hard, like, he's like
But how bad does it look though? Like Trump is asking these fucked up nations that got nothing really for them for help. But you're meant to be the mightiest, right? You say you don't need nobody.
Just yesterday, you
Don't
was
sound like
bullying
it.
them, saying you're gonna take Greenland off
Yeah.
them.
But this is the stupid thing, right? There's a reason why NATO exists in the first place, right? Because there's a threat bigger than any individual nation, right? So NATO was was there to keep keep Russia at bay, right? America's stated that they don't need nobody. It's like what you can take on China, Russia, you can take on every nation by yourself. No, you can't. As mighty as America is, you can't do that.
No one could do that.
That's why you need alliances. But you can't be just saying fuck you. You can't be saying that because they're gonna. What we've seen it. They don't want to help.
But in what they have done, they've been saying F you. And like what basically what has happened in the movement of certain military hardware from place to place to place, the nations, they're like, wait there, I thought you're protecting us. So then now they're like, yo,
Both allies are,
Yeah.
like they're collateral.
yeah, because Iran
They were the buffer zone.
yeah, basically, because that's what Iran said. Iran was like, wait there, to the other Gulf nations. It was like, wait there, I thought America's supposed to be protecting you, but they're just moving their assets to protect from your lands to protect Israel. You know?
100%. And the whole UK relationship as well as fucked. He said he pissed off their veterans. He was like, in the World War, England sent our soldiers after the war was already won.
I still haven't won anything. It's so bad. But he still asking for the ship though. Like, it's confusion. It's confusion. This is why Babylon's Babylon. Because it's just confusion in that place, man.
It's the prophecy, man. We're seeing the fracture in this, in the
hole and the
feet,
piece.
the toes, the 10
So it's
toes.
funny, right?
We're starting to see it. This guy has really been, and it really shows you that Esau is a nobody. Because how you gonna let this guy come into business and be talking like this? He don't have a handler. Whoever's there, just saying to him, "Hey, just go, man. The world's your answer." Just tweet. Because some of the things he's tweeting is like Meek Mill, man. Yeah. You're not thinking.
He said, what do you think of Keir Starmer? He's no Winston Churchill. He's just, I'm so disappointed in him, man.
When he's sitting down with the Irish, some of the things he's saying, it's like, it's so, in terms of like diplomacy, it's a no-no, it's a red flag. Like, you just,
No.
Bro, even that I think he was sitting with a Japanese.
yeah.
Just talking mad crud in
About
kamikaze. She was just looking
Yeah.
at him like, blood, did he really just say that?
No, I want to surprise
I think it was, Paul Harbour.
surprise. He goes,
And it
oh.
was
It's
like,
like she
I
wanted
think-
to bang him or something. Like, she really just say that, bro. I'm sitting there, bro. He's just trash talking too much.
Man loves it, right?
I think it was
Yeah.
one of the generals or something was like said some shit. Then like, bro, the Japanese Twitter was clowning her for like 2-3 days, just making memes of her, just like how should like.
This is Revelation 13, man. Speaking proudly, this beast speaking blasphemy, all things. So this guy is really an embarrassment to America, and it shows you what time we're in. We're in the time of the end. This ain't like the beginning of the end, or could it be that this is the end of the end? This is it. It's cemented. You can see that America is done for.
Well, the second Edges 9 tells us to watch out for the signs, right? To measure the time. We're at this point now.
Got precept.
Oh yeah, so
Your piece. It's
don't need it right now.
Don't need it
Yeah,
right
yeah.
This is Daniel 7 and 20. And of the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell, even of that horn that had great eyes, and the mouth that spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows.
Boast and the pride. Who's doing that? Trump is fitting that perfectly. Because no one speaks like he does. No president has ever spoken like he does, bro. So it's got to be him. Like, it makes sense to be him. Because how he behaves is causing so much ripples throughout the whole earth. It has to be him.
Yeah.
He talks like an African warlord.
You
got a gold AK, like, you know.
Yeah. Because you
Bro,
got.
up people the wrong way, man. He's causing more greater fractures in the earth.
That's it.
So he's got to be the one fulfilling this position.
You put tariffs on American imports, and if you told Americans you're gonna be rich.
and then tells you that we save so much money, we're going to put it in the military. So, what?
That's it.
This is Jeremiah 49 verse 7. Concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahshai of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished?
So it looks like they just lost the plot. They can't make any right decision. Now you can bring that because that goes with what we were talking about, right? But it just seems like everything they do is just a mistake. It's just wrong. It's not working out, you know? And you might say it's incompetence, but we know also the elites are there trying to push this, you know, they're trying to push the situation anyway. They want the war. So America has to be there and do the stupid shit. Israel has to be there to draw them out.
All wars are bankers' wars.
Yeah. Right? Because they have interests, right? They've got an agenda to fulfill. Right? So however we end up there and, you know, we should start fighting, it's because they want it. And more than that, the Most High wants it. There you go, that first.
It's Isaiah 19 and 14.
That's what I had. NLT as well is going to be the
NLT,
That's strong.
Isaiah 19, 14 and NLT. And it says, "The Lord has sent a spirit of foolishness on them. So all their suggestions are wrong."
The plans, you know, they don't plan it. They don't want to like that. What's the plan? Well, we should go blow some shit up, you know, and then we're gonna get surrender.
Sending troops.
And then the Iranian people could take over the nation. Who are you dealing with, bro?
Man said it was gonna be like 2 weeks. Then it said it's gonna be 6 weeks. They said, oh, it's gonna be months. Then like, now it's gonna be done in weeks.
Countdown as well. Don't forget the countdown. 24 hours.
Yeah, 5 days.
5 days.
That's 9 days.
Like this guy don't know what he's doing.
24 hours.
But you know what?
You know, the was a winger.
Yeah.
Someone that's winging it. It's Trump. Trump's just a fucking winger, but
Esau's always had a system in place. He had someone that came up, set a system in place, it was surefire in it, and it done it. It gave them the product every time on time. But now, you know, they've gone so far, so used to it. It's like the guy that did the submersibles. You know, the guy.
Titan.
Yeah.
Oh,
one that
him.
blew up.
Yeah.
'Cause he believed in his own mind. He was a great engineer because he made like a start. He built a plane, but it's a makeshift. It's like already you just got to read the instructions to build a plane. So he thought he was some great engineer.
So I was gonna back you because when you watch the Netflix documentary on that guy, right? On the what was the name of that thing? Ocean Gate, I think it's called. When it's like I remember the word that just came to mind was hubris, right? Just the pride that was on this guy. But a lot of people were telling him, nah, this ain't gonna run. This is an issue. That's a problem. Whatever, what have you. And he did it anyway. Right? Like to the point where he had certain experts that were near him that said, bro, you don't want to do this.
Well, it's good to say he that seeketh danger shall surely find it.
Exactly. And then the thing is, what would you call it? That's exactly what you're seeing with Esau.
Yeah. He's been throwing a loaded dice on and on his whole rulership. 6-6 numbers. And he's just going like, all right, let me try this. And just everything. And it just always rolls the same numbers. But now he's rolling it. It's like, wait, hold on. Now that's meant to be 6s. You know, you've gone like the boy who cried wolf. Watch this. Like, I'm going to roll 2 6s. You know, go bet. Go to the other. Go coral and bet on me rolling 2 6s. And then it stopped working.
Well, we're talking about betting. Them man put bets on the oil after
Someone
made
like
mad. What
500 million or something
Fully
like
market and all
that.
that.
If that were inside corruption, it's so fucking obvious. I mean, everything they're doing is so fucking obvious, man. But no, like, I mean, they're talking about it, but it's like no one wants to do that. No one's gonna say nothing really about it. Like, America's corrupt, through and through corrupt, man.
It's like the way they talk about it. That's the thing. It's like other countries they talk about like, oh, Africa corruption, blah blah corruption. But it's like the way that like even from what's her name, Nancy Pelosi. They're saying her husband was doing
Yeah.
Like on shit that she was voting on, like she was debating it behind closed doors. Then the husband's like, oh, he bought 5 million. And then it's just like, it's like, they made millions of it. It's like, and then people started copying her husband's like stock buys. So she had to stop doing it. It just got baited. Like,
You wonder why all these politicians are rich.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they're fucking criminals, bro. They're criminals at the top that don't do nothing to each other. You know what I mean? Hillary Clinton, oh, we're gonna make sure she pays for everything. She ain't paying for shit. She living life.
She didn't know nothing about no
Trump was gonna make sure.
I was like,
Oh, Bill Clinton.
I didn't know anything
All
about
fucking
tomorrow.
friends, man.
They asked Bill Clinton, they said, you was in a swimming pool with a young girl. Do you know who she is? I know nothing about that.
Well, did you watch the thing?
Bro,
Lying
listen,
to them
they
face,
said to him, you're the president of the United States, and you mean to tell me there was a woman that you had no idea who she was right in your vicinity, and he goes, oh, you know, the Secret Service now.
I'd be like, she photobombed.
But you know, there was the one where with him, right? He was basically given some evidence to look at, and he was reminiscing. Like he was reminiscing.
Smiling, didn't he?
Yeah, and then his lawyer had to take away the paper because he was stroking it.
No, it was Jacob and the Israel. No, they asked him some mad question, and he was like, he's not going to answer that. He does not have to answer that. Eve. He protected Esau.
He was looking at them pictures like, I remember that.
That was good.
And there's one where he's wearing he's wearing a skirt and he's bending over the table and it's like, come on, man, him and Trump together.
Again, America's
Freaks, man.
corrupt and wicked through and through, man. Right, and that's why the Most High is going to judge that place, man, because it's time. It's done too much now, man. The sins of mounting up to heaven. You know, so fire must come.
This is the book of Psalms 144, verse from 7. Send thy hand from above, rid me and deliver me out of great waters, from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speaketh vanity, and their right hand is the right hand of falsehood.
So again, nothing that they do or say can be trusted. And that's the thing with people. You people are starting to find out that this world has always been corrupt. You know, all your leaders have been implicated in shit. Always deceiving the people. But it's something that the scripture teaches you, though. These Edomites, that's what they are. Right? Because they will deny that they're Edomites. That's who they are. Could never be trusted. They're born speaking lies. So when they tell you these things, like, and if you're a Christian, you must know the stupidest people out there. I'm not going, you know, you already know this, but like, in the last days, you know that the devil controls the world, right? The world, you know, is deceived by the devil, right? As they would put it, right? All your leaders are the reason for the deception. So that means none of these people can be trusted, but you're still going to go along and do the voting thing and believe in this and believe in that. When the world is corrupt. How do you not know or don't understand that these men do the work of Satan? It's not really hard to put together, but you Christians like to be ignorant.
So it's Isaiah 6:9-11, man. Lord's put that spirit of deep sleep on them, man.
Before the Epstein files came out, everyone used to think, oh, it's conspiracy theory. This celeb will never do that. This guy will never do that.
You know what I mean?
But then the whole file thing came out, all this nasty shit. Now all of a sudden they're trying to normalize it, like to say, oh yeah, that's you know.
Like, you know about secret society.
Yeah.
Like, you know all these different things, but you still want to believe that America is this great place or some righteous place that needs to be fought for and protected. No, it needs to be burned. It needs to be destroyed. You know?
Precept. Jeremiah chapter 49 verse 10. But I have made Esau bare.
That's right.
I have uncovered his secret places.
Most sides put it all out there, man. This is what you man are about. You know? You know, it's just vileness, man. You know? And there's no way to avoid it now. It's just everywhere. Like, you know?
Files out.
You know, even in
Dossier on the table, dude. You know, it's like the police officers do. Oh, dossier on the table. This is what we're going.
Like Agent Smith in the Matrix. It seems you live two lives. He opened up a farm, man.
With Peter Mandelson as well, like when the Brexit thing happened, he was texting Epstein like, yeah, we're about to announce Brexit, like sell off, like basically announce a sell off, and he was giving them insider trading tips, and then they asked Starmer like, you knew all about this, and then he basically was like, oh yeah,
I thought he was a good guy.
I thought he was a good guy. I just, you know, he seemed like a nice guy.
That's what it's like. The reality is even with the Epstein files being released, it's more just the getting the people to accept it. Because the thing is, a lot of people, they're already at the point where it's like, yo, if they're like, oh, if I don't suck a dick for £1 million or whatever, those things there, they're already accepted. So they're thinking like, oh, they get to be amongst that level of people. I get to be one of the 1%, one of the people in charge up there. They'd be like, well, fuck it, I'll do whatever.
That's what most politics is about. How do you, especially over in America, how do you make your bones? You need to get people to finance your campaign.
Your campaign.
So you need to be in good books with people. You need to
It all
make
comes
friends.
down to what you need to do.
Yeah, that's it. Shake hands and kiss babies, man.
Oh,
Come here, little nigga, baby. You know, you need to do all that shit.
Was I thinking, what's it, The Wire as well?
Yeah.
Because even with his Littlefinger, the same actor. With him, he was like, he went out to needed money for them to run like the housing or school or something. Then he said, oh, it's like, oh, he would have given me the money, but I would have had to not run for governor or whatever. It's like it's all basically playing games where there's people above them, they've got police. They basically got to play the game to a certain
It's like that series of House of Cards, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shows you how corrupt it is, you know what I mean? But that's just real to life, though. You know what I mean? Like I said, they're all fucking in on wickedness, bro, to be where they are.
Them two are a crazy couple in that House of Cards, man.
Yeah. And what, Spacey was a nonce,
Kevin
bro.
Spacey.
So where he was bowling boys and whatever. You know? So it's like, yeah,
This is Isaiah 47:12. Stand now with thine enchantments and the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou dost labor for thy youth.
But their enchantments is working overtime right now.
Oh.
The lights is there.
Well, no, but that was what the first attack was. Because remember, just before that, Iran was burning the statue of Baal, right? And then the first thing they do is, and with a thermobaric weapon, mind you, which is basically a flame, right, on children.
That's right. You know,
Yeah.
As I say, like, Trump can't stop lying. He's continuously reading that lie after lie after lie, even though it's just blatant. But he's trying to control reality. And that's what witchcraft is, trying to manipulate what you perceive. Things are, right? It's a digital overdrive right now. It doesn't matter how stupid it sounds. Who's going to say it?
Because ultimately,
Because even with like narratives, the different wars before, like even the Iraq war, there was like on TV, you're kind of seeing the report. It was only like years down the line when stuff was getting exposed that you kind of found out the full scale, like what Blackwater was getting up to, all kinds of fuckery happening, but like in the dark. But then the way the things are now, you can't even. How are you even gonna run a narrative? Once you're running a narrative, Iran's posting on Twitter. Like what we saying, Iranian soldiers memeing on Twitter. Like, it's done. Like to just try and have that one.
I seen that in the group chat. Yes, the Jew guy, Black American over in Iran, and he showed you guy and he's walking around Iran, and he was outside the embassy of America, and they showed it was propaganda. Basically out in America and making it known that everyone knows. No one that narrative you've been pushing, it's lost its legs. It's come to a halt.
It's a running joke now, almost in like mainstream comedy, that they blew up the towers themselves. You know, and but once again, what I was saying earlier on is what Esau's basically saying to you is, what can you do about it?
There you go.
Yeah, we eat, babe. What can you do about it? You gonna stop me now?
They want to come out in the open with it.
Yeah.
That's the whole Albert point.
Yeah.
Was it the letter to Mazzini?
Yeah.
The plan for 3 world wars, and even that Dr. Zhang, he came out with this Pax Islamica, and had an Islamic world is going to unite, and then Pax Judaica, you got that as well. But they want to put the Zionists against the leaders of the Islamic world.
Yeah,
And that's that, you know, one
Destroy
people
each
stand
other.
up. But that's prophecy anyway.
Yes, sir.
Scripture says one people shall stand up to fight against another. They showed you that in Children of Men. You had them Islamists with them flags and that. You know?
Because they want to destroy, you know, conventional religion, right, and replace it with their own doctrine.
Yep.
You're doing a Jeroboam, man. Here are your gods that saved you. You know, that's gonna pull out the golden calf.
Because people are getting tired of those wars supposedly fought over religion. Even though wars not really fought over religion.
Yeah.
It's just greed. At the end of the day.
Yeah.
They use religion as a reason to do certain things. It's bullshit. It's always been bullshit. You know, just wicked, greedy men in power.
Yeah.
You know?
It says here, it says, with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth, if so, thou shalt be able to profit, if so, thou mayest prevail. Thou art wary.
The witchcraft had done it from day, like from the onset. You go back to when they established America.
Yeah.
It was under witchcraft. That's been the found like the dream of America. It's really just an illusion. It's a mirage.
Well, that's based on Mount Rushmore.
Yeah,
They were
Mount
Masons,
Rushmore.
wasn't it?
Yeah. Well,
Chief witches.
like we always mentioned, one of the four founding fathers, Benjamin Franklin, they found skeletons of people under his basement.
Yeah.
They found like hundreds of bones of bodies in a room that had no window. Seriously.
Yeah, it's in London. It's near Charing Cross.
Near Charing Cross. His yard is just there with bare skulls and shit. In his basement.
Even on the back of the dollar bill, you had the pyramid, and on the bottom of it, it's got the Roman numerals, and it adds up to what, 1776. Fast forward to today, you got the what, semi-quincentennial, man.
That's it.
So the Lord deals with time, and it shows you that pretty much Esau, he's pretty much his kingdom circling and draining, like the apostles always say, because the average lifespan of an empire is 250
That's
years.
it. And
You know what I mean? So the Most High is bringing them down, and that's all this divide. That's all through the Spirit of the Lord.
That's it.
You know?
On the money thing, because it's like Trump right now, he's trying to get his face, his signature, but also on the coin. He wanted to basically put his face on the coin, but basically, what they were saying was that's only dead presidents. Only dead presidents come on money. So it's like, is he prophesying against himself?
It comes out of The Simpsons.
It already has.
We better
Yeah.
leave, man. If it's him, man.
It's like Katy Perry, she just got burnt.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? She went up in flames.
Yeah.
That's gonna happen in real life.
I want to see it after.
Yeah. And the judgment of a witch is
That's
she should
it.
be burnt. And that's what's
it.
going to happen to America. So Apostle Paul was saying that's an omen.
That's it.
That's basically an omen of America.
She made that song Dark Horse, innit?
That was all about witchcraft. Yeah, everyone, nah.
Nah, she's some fake.
Nah, she really looking like Freddy Krueger right now.
Oh, okay.
I ain't seen her yet, but I want
The
to see
thingy,
that.
when Dark Horse came out, there was like the Islam world was getting all upset because I think she had like the name of Allah on something that zaps him or whatever. Like, and then, because I remember when I was working, someone was telling me about that shit. But it's like, it's all the music industry, it's all witchcraft, it's all pushing vibration, and that's, you know, it's all tied in, man.
I'm on this. It says, thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the star gazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Behold, and even, you know, them being worried, it makes me think about, remember many years ago, they got that message back from the sun, and they had them all shook. You know what I mean? Because they know they've been numbered. Days are limited. You know what I mean?
And it's the same thing that went out during the time of Egypt, man, when the Most High was plaguing that place. The Magi and that, they were trying to figure out ways to kind of stop it all. So they were consulting all these different, you know, idols and whatever, but none of it prevailed. You know? And so it's Esau doing the same thing all over again, man, not knowing that it's the same thing.
So bad now they even got fucking pop stars now. They're resorting to like fucking like getting that campaign. Like they got Nicki Minaj and fucking Trump talking about like, oh, like we're gonna save America for the Christians, and then and stop.
Go send our ass to the war then.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll fucking
They play
shoot
Anaconda
BBL.
afterwards.
And then everyone, and then it's like Somalia.
Yeah.
You need to go help the guys, isn't it?
Oh, did you see this? I know you've probably seen it. This guy that what's his name, Drewski.
Oh, yeah.
Making fun of
Cook.
yeah, Erica Cook. Oh, he looked like her, man. Fucking hell.
Yeah, the eyes as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
but
might be a tear though, because he showed his granddad. I don't know. So cool white man.
But it's funny, people. Well, I just saw it randomly on Twitter, and I was like, yeah, I mean, he can do jokes about everyone. But it's just that one group. You can't make jokes. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say who it is. God.
This is Matthew 24, start from verse 3. And it says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the Messiah, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear wars, rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
See what people don't understand, man. There's more to the prophecies than just the wars and the earthquakes. Right? Everything kind of has to line up in its time for it to be accomplished. So yeah, there might have been wars back in older days and whatever, right? But there's only one time where all these things are going in line,
That's it.
right? Because the mark of the beast is a technological feat that wasn't achievable back then. Okay, but we're gonna have that, or we got that in this time.
That's it.
Right, so these wars that we're going through right now, yeah, they might not be the be or end of the war at this moment in time, but we are getting closer to that day. But on top of that, we also got the technology for the market of the beast to be implemented.
Yeah.
You know?
And if I can build on that, Zakwan, it's like when you look at throughout the world, the infrastructure is ready, and it don't matter if you're looking at what Trump calls a shithole country. It's got the tech. When you look at, for instance, passports, basically most passports in the world now are biometric. When you look at CBDCs, it's like countries representing like 95% of global GDP are all working on a CBDC, right? Some countries that you wouldn't even really think about were the first real ones to really push it out. Jamaica, Jamdex was I think Nigeria had one as well. But then when you look at like the payments infrastructure in somewhere like Africa, where you people don't deal with cash like that.
Yeah, for real.
Because when you think about cash, you see the G4S vans. There's a whole infrastructure like surrounding that. So in those countries, a lot of the notes will be old as hell as well, right? Because it costs money to print and print and print. So what they do in those countries, you get something called mobile money. Yeah.
And people a bit like were a lot of the times they're ahead of it, because I think China has been dealing with Africa because of the rent. So like even I think there's a payment system China introduced into Africa that they're using along that where it completely circumvents America.
Yeah. I mean, even what the brother was saying on mobile money over there in Ghana, people don't care about cash. If they lose their phone or SIM card, bro, nigga might kill himself because literally it's like merged into one app whereby it scans your face, it has you've got something called a Ghana card, and your Ghana card is probably as important or more important than your damn passport. You know what I mean? It has all your national identity.
Well, that's what they're pushing here in the UK too. They're pushing that. I've seen the adverts for that recently.
And you can't get a SIM card. You actually can't get a SIM card in Ghana without a Ghana card. So any SIM card you get is temporary. It's temporary, it will expire. But to get one, you have to be a citizen and have a Ghana card.
I think it's like China, South
Yeah,
Korea, and like that.
Yeah, they do the same thing.
I know
To get a contract.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to get like one contract kind
Yeah.
of on your like ID.
Because from what I know about the UK thing, is like they got this app that they're trying to get you everything to put on there, like to prove your identity and this kind of stuff. But they say it's not mandatory. You don't have to do that. There's
But
other ways
if you want
can
to
do it.
use,
But like I say, all it takes is a good crisis, bro.
That's it.
Don't let a good crisis go to waste, right?
That's right.
So that's all we got to wait
Meningitis
for.
is on an outbreak right now.
Yeah. There's a variant of the CV around, floating around somewhere. So, obviously, attacking Iran means there's more tea attacks and all this stuff. There's all these things getting ready to be used to push this agenda.
Climate lockdown.
Tic Tac.
Spoil for choice.
2 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us. For we are not ignorant of his devices.
You know the game. The Lord opened it, he laid it bare. The Lord laid it bare. We know the game. You know? So it's not going to fool us, but obviously people out here that just you think life's just normal. You know, there's not being run by a bunch of people. So obviously they're just going to go along with it.
Yeah.
You know, because they feel like they have to.
Yeah.
There's no choice, really.
Yeah,
if I can say this real quick, you spoke about waiting for the right major crisis, but that links up with that scripture. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us. But we're not ignorant of his devices. Remember, you had the with the whole destabilizing of regions. You got these sleeper cells. You know, on the soils of America and that and whatever. You had.
Well, they've been talking about that recently.
Exactly.
You know, as that might be a reason as why something's happening, right?
Yeah. Remember, you had you got the ambush journalism. And he said, "Soon you're gonna know who I am." Remember, that was a couple. They put him on Fox News. You know. So he said, "Look, you don't. If you were smart, you would know who I am." He goes, "Soon you're gonna know who I am." Remember that? And then everyone went crazy over there in America. They were like, "Soon you're gonna know who I am." What does that mean? Should we be afraid? Yeah.
I think it's the same with that Professor Yang. I think he's Chinese intelligence. There's no ways about it. And that kind of opened my eyes to all of that.
Yeah.
That made me think like, these people like they're actively when they say it's gonna come in different shapes or forms. Like you just might be an artist, rap artist, and you're just gonna engage an influencer on TikTok or whatever.
That's
you
right.
know, that Jake, I can't even remember when he was talking against Israel at one of his concerts. That it was like man got cancelled in no time.
Oh, him.
I don't remember his name.
What's the one? Something festival.
Yeah, it was
The main one. The main Glastonbury.
Glastonbury. Yeah, it was Glastonbury. Innit?
Yeah, and he did that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where did that guy come from?
And where did he go? Nobody knows.
I was like, bro, how has no one even spoken like that? How does it not happen?
It's almost
before?
like he never existed.
Yeah.
That's probably fucking AI, bro.
It's like Kanye. Like Kanye comes into this biz.
He's not a person.
You see, he tweets and he faces
Yeah.
into existence for a bit and he
Oh, he was a clone. I think it was like a light skinned nigga in dread.
Bro, it was like the most like.
Where is he, man?
That's it.
He's a clone.
But yeah, but false flags and black swans, they're all coming, man.
That's it.
You know?
Right crisis.
Yeah.
And even they admitted it from what do you call it as well. That's why I was like, even with like the Cyprus safety and him saying, oh, it seems like it wasn't Iran that did it. Bro, you're basically admitting that false flags are like a thing that's going to be an element.
Yeah.
And it's been that way in war anyway.
Well, it's even like the Bondi Beach thing. Before they went in there, it's like that was like the prerequisite before they went in, because you have to be supporting Israel, right? Because they're getting attacked and all this shit, right? So now Israel got this to go in and do what they're doing. But it's just to push the narrative and to push their agendas, man.
Precept. So this is Matthew 24:21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of this world to this time, no, nor ever shall be.
This world's about to get real fucked up, man. Real fucked up. Beyond anything you'd even imagine. Because most people don't believe it can happen. Or how bad it can get. So, you know, right now, all the oil prices, they're just, the petrol price is expensive. But you don't know how bad it's going to get, man. How people are going to be crippled. Like, even these people that are on good salary are going to get crippled, man. Yeah. Crippled.
They're being crippled.
Yeah, because I was like, they're saying like, what, 6 figures isn't even enough to.
The price, and once again, this is on top of mortgages that were already up. Exactly. Because you remember last week was going into just the stats for like London, where it's like most people, because London's so expensive, buy at the top of their affordability, right? So that means basically when it went up last time, they were hurt from back then.
Yeah.
And then because a lot of the houses that people can quote afford now are flats, those flats have something called service charges on them. So it's like not only is your mortgage gone up, your service charges is being increased by an evil amount, to put it to you like that. You know, so then you can't sell it because then the next person's like, wait there, it's £700 a month on service charge. Why am I gonna buy this house?
What's the bad time to own property?
But that hurts us too though, if you don't own property, because our landlords are those people. Yeah.
It's fucked.
And they changed the renters laws to make it harder to kick renters out.
Yeah.
Market is squatting the yard.
We know what we do when we can't afford it no more.
Yeah, but that's making a load of landlords now sell up because they're like, the financial risk is too high for me to. I'm not making any money. So what you're gonna then start seeing is the pool of properties available for renting shrink, right? And then after that, you're gonna start seeing just, you know, especially if you're Jake, it's gonna become a lot harder as a Jake to rent, you know, because it was half a shot.
Verse 22, and it says, except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
That's why your house is going to come and intervene, man. You know, because otherwise the top walls going to get fixed, innit? And everybody else will be up the shit creek, man.
That's it.
The Lord's going to deliver his elect. Right, and we're going to start over. You know, set things right.
Yeah, these men are thinking they're gonna fly off into space and not even be like they're like ain't even gonna deal with the consequences of that. Like they're like, oh, nuclear winter, whatever. Like that's the kind of maniac you have in charge. So then you think like what are they really willing to do? They probably think, well, I got stores of food, I got this, I got that. Like fuck the average Joe.
Well, that's what's makes it jokes. These elites and these rich people, they've been preparing for these types. They've got the bunkers and shit.
Bunkers.
So, you know,
People who farmers are having problems with the fertilizer. So there's gonna be a gap. I think they said from I think 2 or 3 days ago, the last stock that would have left the Strait of Hormuz basically out. So now is where you're gonna start seeing the impact of all those things. They said because of like liquid natural gas, fertilizers.
One sec, bro. Let me
And then
sort
it's
this
like,
out,
could be
please.
famine down the line. So a lot of the things it's going to take months to kind of feel it, and that's not even taking into account lockdown. Remember lockdown? Those bare factories and plants and closing down farms.
I was going to mention this, right? Because it's funny that the war in Ukraine is still going on, right? Because that's like the breadbasket of Europe, apparently, right? But during the lockdown, all the meat farms, the beef plants and shit.
Yeah, the animals.
So they've attacked all the meat, the meat producers
Oh, no, you
and
do.
all the
Have you been panning
Yeah,
producers, right? So it's like, what's left in the economy then?
Yeah.
If all these things have been attacked and destroyed, what's left?
Yes. Out of scripture. This is Second Ezra 16 and 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars. Well, it says of famine and great death. Like, if people underestimate famine, like, it's coming, it's here. From time you have a problem with your food supply chain, it's cooked. That's it. You know what I mean?
And that supply chain being cooked is by design as well.
It's all by design.
They got lab grown meat in it.
Yeah.
You know, you will eat the bugs. It's solid green.
Yo, because even casual dining now, it's premium pricing.
Oh, you can't go out at lunch or nothing, bro.
Go to Nando's, 3 items will cost you £20 off the rip. Like, listen, you can't really.
That's what it costs. It's like food's already like from 2020. Everything it's been back-to-back crises. And it's like now with That's really looking like what got Nero thinking, oh shit. Because it was like the economy was looking like that was done. And it's just like they need that economy to keep the war going in the first place. And like back home, people are going to start losing their mind. The food stamps stop, that, you know, the ability to eat, ability to drive as well. America being like the driving land. Once those things hit, then, you know, people are going to start losing their minds. And they got guns and empty bellies.
Right now.
Mad Max, the tag.
That's why I say it's gonna be like the Purge, man. It's still gonna be moving hungry, bro. I said the guns in there. Shit.
It says the beginning of wars and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning, you know what I mean, of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment.
So the real question is what you're gonna do when these troubles come, when these evils come. Because we already understand what needs to be done.
I heard that for like 20 years, bro.
But yeah, we already understand what needs to be done. Because our thing is trusting in the Lord, right? Trusting in the precepts and the prophecies, right? So we know what needs to be done, but what are you going to do? What are you average people out here going to do? Because prophecy dictates or states that you want to take the mark of the beast in order to survive. Right? And you might not think that you're going to do that right now because you just think, oh, that's just somewhere outlandish or whatever. Right? But tell me, what are you going to do if these times come? What are you going to do? And the government comes through and, oh, well, we've got this solution here. What are you going to do? Because you might not believe in these scriptures. Not even these damn Christians believe in these scriptures, man.
Precept. Revelation chapter 3 verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
That's right. They say the Most High has made it clear of what He expects of us. Right, when these times come, what we should be doing. Right, we know not to trust this devil and his machinations, because he's looking to enslave everybody, man. Like right now, you feel, oh, it's in the realm of conspiracy. Oh, he's not really trying to do all of that. But tell me, anything we say, has it been not the truth? Has it not been happening? Are they not trying to bring everything together in their Tower of Babel moment? Of course they have. It's not like they ditched the ideas that we've been speaking about and they're not working actively on things that are going to control your mind, that are going to control your mind and control your lives in the future. They're still working on that shit. It's just timing. Like Habakkuk 2 and 3 tells you, it's time.
Yeah. Basically, the Most High give us the vision to see everything that's happening, man. And y'all couldn't see it, and now it's happening. You really ain't got a damn thing to say, you know. But we was able to see it, and we can see still more of the things that He's going to do. It's all part of the process. Y'all couldn't see it, but that's why you got to take heed to the prophets. The Lord says that. You know what I'm saying? To take heed to what the prophets are saying. We've been given the vision to see the future. We told you the future. And on the mark of the beast is major prophecy. Where we're at right now with things, you know.
But you're going to choose to trust in a people that you know you can't trust. You can't trust Trump. Hey, come on, man. You're going to decide with him anyway in that time. Or a lot of people, not all of you, a lot of people believing that he's got the answer. But it's funny they all want the same answer. You know, it doesn't lead to peace and safety. It leads to slavery. And ultimately destruction. It's most likely to destroy you.
Yeah, everything that they're doing is for the slave, to ultimately enslave everybody. The whole crashing of the economy, destroying. Basically, what they've done is destroyed the old world. They're destroying the old world. They're destroying even their own image. They've showed you what they're getting up to. Okay, all the dirt, all the demonic shit, everything they put it all out there. They destroyed the celebrities. They destroyed that old world. And part of destroying that old world, the main part they want to do is destroy the economy. How do you do that? War. When you watch the Children of Men, shows like that, there was war going on. While they basically when they crashed the economy. That's how they crashed the economy, war. Because then you got the Strait of Hormuz stuff, prices are going up. It's an easy way of war that it justifies an economic crash.
That's organized.
Right.
It didn't happen organically. They forced it. You know?
Right.
Iran was making deals.
They were happy to negotiate.
Iran was negotiating. Everyone said, no, we're
Fuck that.
Them small hats, the scripture says what the least shall draw them out. They're the ones that they feel and that's the scriptures always refers to them as being small. Even in Obadiah, right? And the way they are, anytime you watch an interview with them, they're always talking like that, like they're just a person. They're getting attacked by everybody, like the whole planet. BS. They're living the nicest, the fattest, right? So what's this plan? They're weirdos, bro. They're creeps. They want everyone chipped. They're paranoid. They're losers. They want everybody in complete slavery just to feel comfortable. And why would you be like that if you're not the devil, if you're not paranoid, if you're not a criminal? Why would you be like that? Okay? Because they've done fucked up everything and they know it and they're fucking up everything. And that's why it says in Isaiah, it says everyone's going to look at him and it's this the man that made the earth to tremble. This one, this, you know, these dudes, man. These worms, these creepers. Okay?
Yeah. Romans 3 and 3, for what is some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh?
Yeah, so a lot of people don't believe still what's going on. There's a lot of people small minded. You walk around, you still go around that, people are still getting on with it. You know what I'm saying? Really, and you know what? You've got influencers saying that and they're fucking, like we've got deals and the weirdos are saying that, they're saying stuff like, people, all this come out and no one ain't doing nothing. There was one dude who used it for dating. What's that dude, man? That light skinned dude. And he's always in Bali and that. Not here. He's an American dude. Shane or something. And he, you know, this you probably and he said basically the world's run by PDFs, baby Satanists. He said that everybody knows it and they do know it. It's all in the open. He said he's still shy to get on that girl. As a sales pitch, because he's a pickup artist. Okay. I said it to you, man. So, come on, man. People are still getting on with it. Alright?
They more or less got away with it, just going out in the open. Because it's like one or two, maybe like 3 countries where they're kind of doing investigations into like one guy. But then it's just like the scale of it is clear. It's the same thing with like the BBC, where it was like, that's institution.
Right. You know that, if you go past the BBC, we went past there a couple of days ago, and they've got a cage, a cage on the statue, man.
Oh, is it around it?
Park.
Oh, so you can't.
Yeah.
That's the
barricade.
out so no, that's why I ain't surprised, man.
Right, so people found out that the statue was representing pedophilia. You know what I'm saying? The little boy on the man's lap. That's the BBC symbol. Just go there, you see a massive statue in the front of the building. The only statue. Yeah, they've put it in this armoured cage. Okay?
I think you were saying
Because it came out in the mainstream when some other protests and other things in Palestine back in the day. Some back in the day protests going on. So we've got outed. I think it's when, remember all them riots were going on up in the central London, even around there, remember that? I can't remember what that was about.
Yeah, I think when the Kill Strike thing happened, and then like people were
when they were disposing the statues of that slavery. Oh,
Yeah. It was the George Floyd thing, and after that they were like, there's bare slavery history in central London.
Yeah. So that's when all the statues all of a sudden started getting out. That's the scriptures, man.
shameful spirit.
You get that. Get that. That's the more. So this place is, and it's not really because they're doing it. It's just the most high. You can't. They're just pawns, man. They don't even like. They think that they're riding the wave. Well, you're riding the wave to your downfall. Okay.
Because you know that Iranian professor that always don't want to use, like he's cursing them out, pulling them the Epstein glass on like on national TV and that, and then man are just having to eat it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you know what I ain't watched? I should question time. You know what's going on? That would be okay. That was we were watching. That's some good shit.
I think they started restricting people that are allowed in there. Yeah, like because before I think it was just like anyone, but then I heard that they're not letting people in as easily. I wouldn't be surprised, right? Yeah.
Well, you could just yell at a politician.
Are you paid out? Cursed out.
It's like throwing tomatoes, isn't it?
It's crazy. The people, they ain't even got that in them.
No, actually, there was one dude that was throwing eggs at King Charles.
Well, they used to throw eggs at the politicians back in the day.
That used to happen on the rec, like
Back
who's getting eggs.
Used to do
But only, there's only one or two guys that do that though.
Nick Clegg? I think it was Nick Clegg. He punched
So we're going
someone.
years back.
One of them.
I don't think
John Preston.
It's John Prescott.
think
Yeah.
No, he was the one that. Well, he got egged and he
Yeah,
punched
he
someone.
punched someone.
I got a precept.
Okay.
Jeremiah 49 and 10. But I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places.
And it's all in the open. It's glorious statues that he's got everywhere. All oppressive, dark history. Okay, and Edomites don't know what to do. If you go around, you'll see that Edomite women are trying to sneak in there. They want to get with Jakes, but they're weirdos all at the same time. She's British ones. They're weird elves, creep. Okay, let's just be honest. You know, people don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Because the Epstein stuff's come out, so it's exposed. That's what's going on right now. People are trying to. Oh yeah, the other thing is, they had the whole movement of, we didn't do it, or that, how can we attack us? You guys oppress people, or slavery wasn't really that. You know, they're basically trying to get out of it. There was always trying to find excuses. Yeah, but that didn't work. Because they'll say things like, oh yeah, you enslaved yourselves. These are old arguments, but they've brought them back up. You see all of the public boards. And then there was a lot of people that were in England, EDL, or let's say Farage and that, they were back in Trump. And then it came out that, Trump started cursing them out.
Yeah.
He started cursing out one of their leaders, Farage. Okay, so it's all a mess. They thought that because you've got the Australian news racist over there. They've got Sky News Australia. It's different to the Sky News over there. Sky News Australia is racist, but they support Trump, and they got that snarly talking that they do, that proud. They'll attack like people of color or attack anything like that. Okay, but that's not going to work. And you know what, like that, really that movement is really to support the World War III thing, or the economic chaos with, or the world chaos with the Muslim world versus the so-called white Christian world. Okay, that Albert Pike stuff. That's what a lot of that is. Okay. Now you're starting to see British white girls wearing St. George's cross. And they don't used to do that. That's something Irish do. Yeah. Irish would do that. They wear the travellers and that wear big chains, crosses. But now some of them would do probably cottons here and there. But now a lot of them are starting to do. And when if you see that means get out of our country. Yeah, right, Trump, right. Now that's what that means. You know what I'm saying?
I had a precept with that. Cultural.
Yeah.
Habakkuk 2:16. It says, "Thou art filled with shameful glory. Drink thou and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto
Did this man ain't righteous? Okay? Everyone was looking up to him as a beacon of light. The way he's supposed to be in society is like Esau. Okay, he's in control of everything. He owns all these colleges, universities. You know what I'm saying? Everyone wants to join these organizations and climb the ladders. That's just how you be the right person. Right.
Good upstanding British.
Right. Okay. But when you find out that the higher you get to the ladders, the creepier it gets, man. You go up, you might get Epstein. You might get Steve, man. Okay. You might end up in the E-files. Esau's
Come to the party.
Right.
You got a soiree.
That's what you got to start asking. Have you been offered to go to the island?
Oh, man, real shit.
That's what you got to start asking him, or have you been offered to go to the party? You know? That's the truth, man. So that's what's going on. People were shocked. And you fight and names all these, everybody's in there.
Everyone was like, what? Everyone was in there. I was like, UK politicians. And I was like, damn. I was like, you guys are cooked off that.
Celebrities, actors, and it gets intricate.
And then all these men acting like, oh, we weren't there. We never heard of them before. Elon Musk, I don't know. I'll never get back.
I didn't know the
Oprah, she did the same thing.
I left early.
Yeah, I left early.
I had no idea.
Just in passing.
When I asked Piers Morgan,
Yeah.
Morgan was saying, she was like, "Oh, in the files, you are." And he's like, "Oh, no, no, no,
That wasn't me.
he was curious to hear what she was going to say, but he was fucked and didn't expect it. They went, "No, I wasn't." He said, "No, that came out as a host when you're in the files." And he was. He's in the files, man.
That's crazy.
And you know, Piers Morgan, he's all around the aristocrats. Yeah, he's juiced in him. You know, he helps them. He does a lot of things for the aristocrats.
Did you do an interview with Andrew? I can't remember. I think it was him or someone else. Maybe it was someone else.
Hey, well, Andrew, they tried to do damage control. King Charles is ashamed.
Yeah, he's disgusted.
Right, I can't believe.
You would never do such a thing.
And then, come on, man.
They knew about him the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They knew about him.
They paid off like multiple people involved.
It's weird how they got all these connections, all these shady people, Jimmy Savile and all these people.
that was it.
Yeah, like you don't know.
Let the Lord have his course. Whatever my brother has done.
The Queen, we've been saying something about her the whole time. We said that they drink blood, and now it's coming out that that's what they do. We said that.
Well, she was wanted in Canada.
Canadian schools, those kids that went missing back in the day.
Okay, I think that happened in Africa as well.
Yeah.
Some kids went missing under the Queen as well.
Our whole fucking class of kids.
Right, so what happened there?
Well, what do you know?
You know what I'm saying? They ate them and drank their blood, or whatever the fuck they did. Okay? So Bayard, they even Bayard's in the flop files, man. Bayard is mentioned in the files. I seen the files before I ran. We seen the files, right? It's in the files. So all this was mythological. We were talking about cursing out gods in all our videos all the time, and now it's coming out that these elites.
Yeah, that's what it was down. Man was emailing, man go clickety clack on the keyboard to each other. Like, oh. That's correct. 2 Thessalonians 2:7 says, "For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he."
And you know these Illuminati, they worship ancient gods, right? They're in tune with the spiritual demon Satan. That's why when they build statues, what do they build? They resurrect, or they'll get an old statue and bring it in their houses and put it somewhere. Monuments in the Western Empire from the ancient world, obelisks, You know what I'm saying? Different statues of different gods. Okay, another thing they love is a Greco-Roman gods. Okay. Matter of fact, the Bank of England, all that the god on that building is Mercury, and it's supposed to be a god of commerce and all that. But it's all over the building. There's video on it all over the fucking building. There's a massive statue of Mercury. What's going on with that?
But you're made to believe it's just art.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
There's meanings to these things why they had them there in the first place.
right.
You know?
Okay. Well, it's sus. People say people ain't saying that anymore. I wonder why. It used to be sus, now it's white. You know what? Let me not even say what that would be. Forget that. But check this. Why on earth have we got those statues on the building? Okay, so it's just art, right? But they know what it's in tune with what represents. You know?
But it's worship to them.
Yeah.
All their operations, they pray to these gods for to be prosperous.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So to you buy it, you just think, oh, it's just art. You know, they just did some sculpture. But there's a reason why it's there. You know, it's not there for no reason. Like even on the Capitol building, got Persephone on top of the Capitol building. Like why? You know, there's a reason why they have these things in place. You know, and the Cleopatra's needle, and there's reasons why they have these things here. It's not because it's just art. You know what I mean?
Gonna worship the monuments as well.
You know, it's like
They worship and stuff, prayers up to prayers. They have to sit there and pray and invoke that God. That's what the scripture says. God to be named. That's what they do. That's it. God. Okay, this from his buckle men by whatever, however, and they'll call on the God.
Go around Bohemian Grove, stand around the owl, roll it. You know, why all these people doing these things? Or some, these same people that go and do that are Christians, supposedly.
I'm just saying, they're doing it for Jesus. Yeah. Well, remember last year, the year before, West, they had the, I don't know which, where was she from, the lady? I don't know which,
No, she's from South America.
yeah. Brazilian, like priestess, West, on the stage with her. Right.
She did a seance.
Yeah, she did a seance. Just on
To
TV.
tell you what they're about, man.
Yeah, the World Economic Forum.
Yeah, what's that about?
Priestess. Yeah. It's like they were doing that from the 80s. Yeah. And it's like you want like only very recently have you been able to actually see what goes on there. And that's like a lot of things that happen. It's like when there was TV, you might see a 3-5 minute snippet, but you're not really you're not there the whole time. Whatever they've been doing behind there, like it's who even knows.
Exactly.
So was eyes wide shut.
Yeah,
that's what it is, isn't it? Eyes wide shut.
I read on. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
Yeah, that's the prophets. With a mouthpiece of our. Okay, so what we're telling you is what they were doing. They're worshipping these Baal, Baphomet, you know, whatever the hell they got, you know. Zeus, you know, they're like Mercury, and they're like Apollo and that.
They name space cast after Apollo.
What's that one that? Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, all that whole space thing is after the Apollo and all that.
Yeah,
Apollo space mission.
Yeah.
And then they'll name something the dragon. They got things. Yeah. You know. So why are they doing that? See, people, the useless leaders as they call it, they're not in tune. They don't know what's going on. They think that there's nothing spiritual. Okay, but the truth is everything's spiritual. Alright? You don't just do something and there's no effect. You don't make no sense. Right.
Because right now they've got the Artemis 2, but funnily enough, they were supposed to launch, I think, on the 6th of March. right? So it's like before then it was like, okay, so they're about to do something. Because I was just looking up Artemis, the goddess of the hunt, the wilderness, wild animals.
Which is appropriate for Esau because he's a cunning hunter.
Yeah.
I think a temple's still up. Part of it's still up in Greece, temple one.
And you do sacrifices. You know, that's the dark part. Like, all these gods require sacrifice. So what do? It's the kids or the dogs, animals. Okay, that's what they get down with, man. There's a big cult in the UK called the Kate cult, and they do sacrifices for this god. It's facts. Because there was an investigation, but it got called up. Okay, because a guy was trying to expose it, and I think the town and the chief said, "Look, man, you want to get along, man. If I was you, you know what I'm saying? Wink, wink. I'd just go about your life. Okay?
You like living? You like life?
And this was south of London, so it was in Kent somewhere, right? And basically, all the cats, a lot of the cats and dogs were just going missing in that village. Because now when you look up the Hecate, that's what she requires. Dog sacrifices.
They're like playing with the Chinese, isn't
This is what they get down.
But
Top secret.
It's like you say, like, why are they doing these things? It's because there's signs. There's signs to who they are and what they're about. But people don't see the signs because they're not privy to it. They've been dumbed down. But the scripture lets you know what we're looking for. It's not a coincidence that we come to all these conclusions. It's because the scriptures have laid it out plainly for us, man. And so when they're doing certain things and naming things after certain things, like, well, what's that about? It's because they're Edomites. Because they're Satan. You know, they're fulfilling their part in the prophecy.
I must needs read the next verse. So verse 9, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders.
Yeah. So that's the power that they represent. So why they're doing it, as we were saying, is because they are Satan in the flesh, man. Okay, and in the spirit, when they do that, there's demons all around, alright? There's demons around these people, man. They got demons on them, there's demons in their houses, all of it. Okay? There's one documentary I was watching, and he was saying that, and there's news reports on it, so it's backed up. But he was saying that Prince William, he said that in this one of the castles that they were in, the rooms is just filled with spirits, but he says he likes it. Right. You know what I'm saying?
They're not gonna table starts moving and shit.
They're into that parrot. There's a lot. If you go to Yorkshire and somewhere places, a lot of the Edomites out there into the paranormal. You might come across this Edomite woman, paranormal, what they call it, parrot. And that's what they do. They go around. I was looking for YouTube or someone, and it was live streaming. And they're trying to see if the cop's gonna get knocked over or and all this kind of stuff.
Bump in the night.
These sort of dark spirits, so he likes that shit. He likes to deal with dark spirits and ghosts and
He's familiar with them.
entities and all that.
He's familiar with them. They said he's been dealing with witchcraft since his youth.
Yeah.
So he's not unfamiliar to these things. He understands what they are. They just think that he's helping them. But really they're leading into his own destruction.
Yeah, he's a dark spirit. So you gotta be a demon to want to eat babies. You're the demon. You trying to contact demons. You're what? Okay. It's the truth. You know, like the angels are brothers, but demons are their friends. It's a double agent, so yeah. You know what I'm saying? Double agents are gonna be like, look, man, fuck you. You know?
I would never with you.
That's how they get down. That's their nature.
Lion spirit.
They be played. You got played, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's what happened, man. You get played and even tired. Oh. And then he try and call it again. Don't pop up. You don't know what to be found. Start losing, smashing mirrors. You know what I'm saying? It could have been a musical talent that this demon, you have to talent, it's over, man.
Never put out a album.
I need you. You know what I'm saying?
That's when people start losing their voice and shit, you know what I mean? They can't sing no more, can't dance no more.
When the Lord said he's bringing down the stars in heaven, so they got brought down, get brought, exposed, brought down, you know? Go ahead.
No, it was basically I looked up. There was one book called the City of London, a Masonic guide that was published by a guy called Yasser Brasinia, and basically like he goes through like 26 key locations in London that are all to do with Masonic history, starting with Freemasons Hall down Covent Garden, and then he just breaks down like the fact that like most of those institutions all got Freemason architects that are basically are behind like numerous police sites across the globe, and then you got like he goes into the back of everything like what he was going into, and built by a guy called Sir John Sowen, who was a prominent Freemason architect again across Europe. And I've got a few.
Send me that, man.
Yeah, I'll send it.
That sounds dope.
Yeah. But he goes into Temple Church as well, which is in central London, and the fact that it's got historical significance to the Da Vinci Code and a strong connection to the Knights Templar going back to old school masonry back then. I'll send that.
Those basically to become part, to join the group, you gotta become a part of the Masons. Masons are control structure. It's a grooming. You gotta be in that, and then they start introducing you to Satanism.
So they kind of head on you, innit?
Right. With your head,
they scout you.
You got talent and shit.
Kind of thing, yeah. Then they reveal themselves, innit?
Because there was a guy, you remember him.
Sometimes you groom with my family. Yeah, you go on the influences. Like there's a lot of musicians and things that are related, and their parents were already Masons and shit. You know?
Found of OF was found dead.
Oh yeah, this week.
So,
He was definitely part of the Houston group.
Yeah.
One of them small hats. They created that whole
It came out in the files, man. And you know, the porn thing, there was always that dude with the long hair, that small hat dude, that his name. They always show his face. Yeah, it was small hats. Yeah, the small hats, they control that porn. And they come out in the files, that my man Epstein, he plays Fortnite, man.
For some reason I find that surprising. I don't know. It must be close to the kiddies, isn't it? It's predatory action.
You know those add-ons in the game that you buy, like all the skins, and you can play by mission. Yeah. All the add-ons, everything. There's an email. You see the email? When he emailed someone shit, he asked for that. He set that up.
Yeah. They were saying there was a few things that he set up. They were saying like the different websites he got set up. I was like, bro, this guy was like set it. It's like a lot of that technology shit. Like the kind of way they pushed it through. Like they're like there's more hands in it than you kind of think. People might think, oh, it's just innovation or whatever, but then it's obviously they're looking for a certain kind of. Because even now it's like with phones, with technology, kids are like born with like a smartphone in their hand. So it's like a lot of them things they kind of like they saw it, like, okay, yeah, we can use that. Because like the iPad, bro, I've seen this, like I saw like a child where he's not even one with the iPhone just like going through YouTube using it. I'm like, damn. It's like, bro, it's like you can't even speak.
Yeah, and it's cooking there.
It's like man just knows how to get cocoa melon and whatnot. It's like, it's a mess.
That's crazy. You're part of that. You're part of the metaverse. You're streaming constantly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're walking around. You can't get out of
Out of the
You know what I
box.
mean? In the real
Screen,
world,
innit? Yeah.
like basically, like you know, Pokemon, was it Go?
Yeah.
That's what everybody that's walking around, they're basically Pokemon Go.
Thinking it's like, okay, wait, I wanna
You come out their house, and you're in the phone, you go to the corner shop, you go to the grocery store, and you stream, you constantly being streamed. You know? People they just using it, and then you know for what? They're in it.
I think
If
it's
you're
like,
paying with it, you do everything you pay, use it to pay. You basically use it for everything. Okay? You use it to pay for things.
used to check, and it's like talking to the AI as well. There's a lot of people where it's like the way they, like anything that happens, they'll just go to AI and be like, oh, hey, is this true? Oh, AI this, oh, AI that. How do I clean my own ass? Like, what are you doing, bro?
AI body.
Making it dumb.
And then you got people that stream their lives. So when we stream, we're streaming the truth. Okay? We're putting the truth out there. Constant flow of truth. But these people, like the AI will learn that people just streaming 24/7.
Some value shit.
Right, they go to sleep and wake up, go to the toilet. This is all being streamed. How people
When I
react
saw
to
it, it was
stuff.
like
It's
people
all
just asleep. Like, I was like, what are you watching?
What's worse is that people want to watch it.
Yeah, no,
that's
for
that's
real.
even worse. You know what I mean?
Whether
Like,
they
you
have a
you wanna watch
conversation.
it the first hour is mad.
If you got even on YouTube, you just scroll. There's live. Everyone's streaming. This shit.
We do like 2 views.
Right,
It's in a
you
clown
eating,
suit.
right, eating cereal.
That shit's crazy. Shit's crazy, bro. Even on TikTok, that's why TikTok. I think that's the worst. Yeah, because that's you know it's got like a doom scrolling feature where it never ends. So you scroll and it just pop up on a random person's face. A preacher that's lying at 9 a.m. just lying. It's crazy.
Crack a door, like the sun just rose. Like, man's just.
And then even, you know, the other mentioned it came out that app was used to Mac. To Mac. People was all, you know, people in the park searching for a Pokemon. That was to Mac. And shit, even more extensive. You know?
You're claiming compensation for that.
Yeah.
Being able.
They tried to say there was an option on there where
Or you could turn it off or some
or
shit.
you could send,
Yeah.
to be your data being used.
But it's one of those, you just accept it, you can't use it kind of thing. No one
Like I think it was basically used to map for, you know, these drones that bring things out. Mini bots and
It was just used for data anyway. I did a video on Literally last week. It was used for just for mapping, like you said. It was used for that. Because we went to a couple of different, we went to some organisations, but they tried to say, well, we're just you can consent. You know what I mean? They tried to put that out there. So it's kind of, you know, they always do that. You don't know what they do with the data.
So, what's
It's
this?
the same thing with the like ID thing. You need now, if you're under 16 to access some websites, there's been like data leaks on that already, where they said they're not meant to keep like the pictures or the IDs, but then they're keeping them like where it would have been like a week or whatever after.
Well, it came up, you know when you take school photos, yeah? It came out the geezer that's like behind that organisation. Steve,
That's that he's got every fucking school photo.
Because
That's how they pick it out. Like, okay, there's some menus. Like, fucking hell.
yeah, basically a menu.
Yeah, that's hella.
But
Imagine
then-
Pizzagate. It's funny when Pizzagate happened. Everyone's like, "Oh, that's crazy. There's no way that could be Pizzagate." But now it's like people are like, "Oh wow, people."
You're trying to scoff at pizza.
Those legendary stuff at the time. So are you crazy, man? It's actually so funny, bro. It's like, but now it's like it's in vogue.
This is Psalms chapter 64, verse 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. they commune of laying snares privily.
That's right, and we're the opposite of that. We encourage ourselves in righteous matters, you know. We've got the Passat coming up. You know, that's part of encouraging yourself in righteous matters. Okay. That's what we do. Alright, the elect will be rewarded for that. Okay. When the Lord there's going to be rewards, so when Yahweh starts rewarding, you have to be doing, not just be in the world, not doing, you've got to get rewarded. How? Okay.
Now you got to win the prize, you don't run the race.
Right. There's some dude that just got some loser that's rejected truly concerned. Go to Starbucks, he goes to the clubs, he talks shit, he'll get beamed up. Hell no, man. Okay.
Quick on what you just said.
Yeah.
It says Matthew 24:46 says, "Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing."
Exactly. Okay. The angels are watching. They're watching everything. Okay, the reports and all that. The angels reports and all that. Things like that. And they know what's going on. They know what the prophets are doing. They know what he saw the devil doing. It's all mapped out. Okay. The people in the world that they do shit. Alright, it's all mapped out, man. Because in that time, them saying the angels are going to protect the elect. The enemy shall come in as a flood, right? The Lord shall raise a standard. It's the Lord going to protect the elect, brothers, all the elect, and the children of the elect, okay? They're going to be protected, alright? So the angels are watching everything, right? And that's why we teach, and we exalt the name of the Lord, and the Son, Yahweh, Yahweh. It's going to be evident, everyone's going to see that. So, you know what? There's famines, people are hungry. Okay, guess what, man? The elect are going to be protected from that. It's going to get real fucking bad. And a lot of what y'all are going to do is run to the government to get shit. Okay? Right. Yeah. That means you failed.
Nah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Tissue.
The book of Psalms,
I got some of the
chapter 3
car.
and 7:18. Behold, the eyes of the Lord is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy, to deliver their soul from death and to keep them alive in famine.
The eyes of the Lord, that's exactly what, that's exactly precept right boy. The eyes of the Lord are on those that fear him. So that's right there in the scripture. Okay. They're being watched over. There's many examples of deliverance in the scriptures. That's why my faith is like okay, that's what that's like still coming like okay.
War in the Middle East. Strait of Hormuz is closed. T-Star's been released. Like, what's going on over there? Man, I worship, your elites are worshiping Satan, but you're not sure.
Yeah, so why do worshiping Satan? Why, why did they talk shit against the scriptures there? Against the scriptures? They're against the Quran. Okay. They're against the Vedas and Sanskrit, which is that yoga stuff. They against that. It proves you why what they know. They're completely opposite to the Lord and the God of the Bible. So that alone show you what's going on out here. That alone. Okay. It's pretty simple. The enemy, the rulers, the devil, Satan, the rulers of this world, the elites, right? They're against the scriptures, the God of the Bible, and they worship Satan. It's kind of clear what's going on here. Okay.
Job 9:24 tells you what you need to know. The earth is being given in the hands of the wicked. It's not complicated. It's not really hard to figure it out. But you people live in denial. You know, you don't really want to accept that your leaders are all wicked, even though you follow after their wicked practices. You know, but you're not any better. You think you're better, but you've done the same thing all these other empires have done previously. We're no different. You know.
And this is the last kingdom, America, Babylon the Great. This is the last one. Okay? That's what when you read Revelations 17, read Revelations 13, read about the beast with the 7 heads and 10 horns. Esau's whole power structure, this is the end, America being the last riding. It's all going out, all of that's going to get chastised. America basically is the last kingdom of Esau, that's empire. Of all the heathen kingdoms. Okay.
Second Ezra chapter 6 verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Yeah, and you have people chaos, vocab. I suppose before. And it just came out like that. It just came out like that. But he was trying to come against this scripture and the apostle and the whole. It was clear why. Why don't you want it to be true, man? You gotta start asking you. Okay, why don't you want the scriptures to be true? Facts. You want Ishmael to be the last one that's in paradise? It says. Right. And then, so they try and throw that away, but then they want to twist who Esau is. Right. So you know that you just got a problem with what it's saying. You're trying to deflect, twist, turn, right? So that just that alone, we can clearly see who you are. So things are simple. You break things down simply, and then you can see. So all you people struggling, man. Okay, you just go and get chipped. All right, you're struggling with this. I'm not sure. I mean, maybe don't you think this could be? Come on, man.
Bro, let's say if that's how you feel, then we know the Most High blinded you, man, and that's what it comes to. As I say, it's real simple. That's what it means to us. The Lord has blinded you. You know, it's not hard, man. We understand that people have to play their part in the Most High's plans, and there's a whole bunch of you that ain't gonna believe, that ain't gonna see, they're gonna be rebellious towards it, and we're not meant to care. Yeah. So if something not believed, we don't care. We should be doing our job by telling our people what's going down. You know.
That's right.
Precept.
Necessary destruction. Yep.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 3. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost.
Yeah. So like I say, it don't upset us. It's like it is what it is. We're gonna have these agents and these people come against us and not believing what we're saying, make all kinds of excuses and bring out kind of wacky doctrines and breakdowns to try and justify their positions. But at the end of the day, it don't matter to us. It's not proof. It's not evidence to us. We don't lose sleep on what you think, because we can see plainly that you're wrong. Yeah, the Lord has blinded you, man, and that's that. Yeah, there's nothing to talk about really. Debates and there's nothing to debate about really. We're just going to tell you that you're wrong. Hold whatever you believe to the end, didn't it? It don't matter.
Yeah, as for me and my house, we'll follow the Lord. What was it? Elijah said that?
Exactly that.
Joshua thought it.
Yeah, exactly that. So it's what it is, man. But you can't refute the things that the beginning of our apostles have been bringing out. You can't refute it. It's happening. It's happening, man.
Yeah, the prophecies are coming to pass. We're in the midst of the time when everything's coming to pass. Like, it's not really a matter of questioning, because even it's to the point where it's like people in the world are lining up what's happening in the world with the Bible. But it's become that plain, and then like when it's like that, then it's just a matter of faith, really. Because there's those where it's been given to, those where they're basically been blinded to. So a lot of people, they're unable to see. If you really line it up, it's like you even question it.
Yeah, you got war with Iran going on right now, and so everyone can see it. Everyone's scared, people are scared and shit. But the scripture says that when eating and drinking, that people are gonna be chipped and shit, man. Participating. A lot of them, they're scared. And they ain't got no vision. Just not those people. They got their eyes out. They're just heathens and extras in the film. Right? Well, a lot of these judgments. Basically, judgment is coming on the planet. You can't escape.
Precept. 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 18. For the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness, but unto us which are saved is the power of Yahweh.
Yeah, these chariots as well. We're going to be a great deliverance on the planet. Okay, for the elect. That's going to be that day of the Lord when America is destroyed. Them chariots are going to be for the elect, so they don't get destroyed in those things. Okay, that's a glorious day that's coming. Alright? That's what we're waiting for. We brought in captivity and shame. We're going to leave Babylon. That's the scriptures right there. Right? This is captivity, slave ship, byways. Created this captivity. We're going to leave as the sons of God. Okay?
This is Romans chapter 3, verse 3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh shine without effect? God forbid. Yea,
Let read that earlier. Okay.
Yea, let Yahweh shine be true, but every man a liar, as it is written.
Yeah, if you really teach these scriptures, man, it's all lies. Because a lot of people are jumping on the wave of all the conspiracies it's public knowledge. You've got people trying to get the glory off the side. It's insane.
20 years too late for that.
It's insane. You got all these YouTubers. Come on, man, give it a break. Right?
The thing with that as well, they always wanted it to just be out in the open anyway. That was the final kind of step where they can just be who they are, and there's no resistance to it.
Well, they've got to the point now, people are desensitized to all this stuff now. So it's easier to bring out this stuff. People they might be a little bit outraged, but it quickly disappears, man. They don't really care. Everyone else is different. You know what I mean? It's like
People have been wicked all over these years. They're wicked themselves. Okay, there's levels to the wickedness, but they're wicked too.
So,
They're eating all abominations. They're doing all sorts of shit. Okay, they're just wicked, and then they just want to enjoy themselves through the week. Slaves to the flesh. Yeah, slaves to the faces. If you're a complete slave to the flesh, you're weak, you eat giant crabs all day. You're just a weak spirit. The only thing left for a weak spirit like that is to get that check. What else is left for that weak spirit, man? Okay? They ain't got no resilience. They ain't standing up. They're rebellious and righteous. They're a weak ass spirit.
That's what you say. Their God is their belly.
Right.
That's what they're gonna care about. Continuing on in Babylon, you know what I mean?
Right, eating them crab platters or squid. You know what I mean? They collect them, the fancy restaurants. When you go past them, when you go past them, you know, people, to eat this crab, you got to put on the apron.
Everyone's just flying everywhere.
You can just see in the shop, everyone's sitting there, right, and they got the fucking aprons on with these gloves and all these tools.
And a crack in the and then just like sucking out. I was like, bro, it's like all that. Bro, chicken just like that shit falls off the bone when you cook it. Like a leg of lamb, that shit.
We got these pockets, innit? We got these pockets.
Like, damn, bro. It's like, you got to do all that work. It's like, bro, it's like,
Man's got to get TNT and everything to pass on from the
what a lot of them do, because there's videos of them. There's videos of people wrestling with crabs to get him in the back. And then there's videos of them getting floored and some of them like that, just try to get them part of the thing, grab them on their wrist. But but they finger, they don't want to go in there. Because what they do, they actually boil them alive.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Same for the lobsters.
Because I think it's to do with like when the crashing. Because what they sometimes do, one video, it's the crabs there alive and they've got the knife and they've squashed it in the middle of the head through the shower. But I think for the meat purposes, it's better if they just boil it alive.
I think it's probably like toxins probably go
Right.
Oh, the shit don't look appetizing.
It just doesn't make sense. Then there was one that was trying to crack the shell off him. And you could see it. Feels crazy. Feels like a cartoon or something, man. See?
Man are doing all that just to eat. Like.
There was one dude, he had the crabs on the jumped off out like on the side to the ground. And he was trying to get him and they were clawing him. Standing up with martial arts.
Mortal Kombat.
He was at a height at disadvantage. Oh shit. Yeah, it's a shame, bro. Right? Crabs get terrorized.
Yeah, some things is supposed to be battlefields or whatever. Yeah. Go ahead.
This is Luke chapter 12 and 49. I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it be already kindled?
By the way, this was like we say, World War III. The nukes are. You had videos of people in Dubai. There's rockets or wherever going off big buildings. And now they've got this whole campaign of people saying Dubai is fine.
Yeah, the fruits will protect us. So they got like a shotgun behind the camera.
They got laws in the back as well. If you're social media, you can't criticize the government.
I think a guy got thrown in jail. Like one of the guys that put a video on.
They got a lot of, you know.
Bro, that's what you
That's what you laugh at them,
you would never think them man are Muslim.
No, you
Like,
wouldn't.
what are you
That's what I
talking
mean. It's
about,
crazy,
bro?
isn't it?
And like, oh, they're doing it for Islam. Man, I ain't fighting for no Islam, bro. I'm fighting for the dollar, bro, with the money.
Gold. Yeah, like, this is what we're saying, man. All these, like, this war of idols, right? It's gonna come to an end, like, because they say you got the Jesusites, you know, which is an idol. You got the Muhammadans, the Allah is an idol, and none of these men are showing up. None of these men are showing up to protect nobody.
Precept.
You know what I mean? This is
A
a
lot
carnal
of
war.
Christians, they pray that there is no World War III.
Pray for peace in the Middle
That's
East.
just not.
Yeah, you read the book.
Right. So then y'all in the practice, y'all are not in tune with the scriptures. Don't pray, you know, hope and stop it, the rules. That's not what the scripture says. What does it say about determination? It's to gather the nations, not stop it. So if you're against that, you're against the Most High. That's right.
What's Armageddon then?
Yeah.
What's Armageddon?
What's Armageddon?
Oh, the rapture. Antichrist. Yeah.
You know, leaders stop there.
Do it now.
I've got the one for the elder. It says Psalms 96 and 4 says, "For Yahweh is great and greatly to be praised. He is to be feared above all gods. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but Yahweh made the heavens."
That's right. And that's why none of these nations are gonna win. Because none of it is real. They're all fighting over fucking nothing. Right? That's why when it all said and done, Yahweh Shai is gonna come through and put these men in slavery. You know, by the Most High's will. But that's the only rule that matters. All this war of resources and shit is still gonna come to an end, man. You know, and Yahweh Shai is gonna settle everything and establish his kingdom. Okay, which all the other nations are servants to. And then the whole talking is gonna be done. Not only debates and discussions and who's God's rule and all this shit, it's gonna be Yahweh Shai and the Israelite, that's it. You know, enough talking, it's evident now.
Yeah, these proud heathen, they're gonna have to be building up the kingdom of the Lord. Okay. They're wallowing in wickedness, demonic shit, sin, proud. But hell no, that's not. You know, the Lord ain't gonna allow that to happen. Be the case forever. Okay, that's BS. Okay, order's gonna be put. The earth is gonna be put in righteous order. Okay, and all these nations, they're gonna have to be slaves to building that. Okay, you ain't gonna have no choice. They're talking about, listen, man, you can scoff with people. Y'all go, a lot of you heathens that scoff it. All of y'all gonna be building up the kingdom. Everything we're saying, you're gonna be picking up materials. Okay, okay. You're gonna be like, you're gonna be physically building that. Okay. You talk shit all you want. Pop it off. You know. It's that the sons of strangers shall rule by wolves. That's in Psalms. Yeah.
Separate men of continual employment.
Yeah. Yeah, they say, oh, we ain't got this taking our jobs.
Yeah, you gonna have jobs.
You're gonna have jobs.
We're gonna be the jobs back.
Oh man.
Think about how many jobs you want to work. He's work for you, isn't it?
Yeah, there ain't gonna be no unfortunate.
Got no vacancies right now.
We're always
It's a big act, you know. To work.
You're gonna be like, it's gonna be certainly, you know, they're gonna be, you know, you get the job and everything just ticked off. You know, got the job. That's how it's gonna be.
No bad criteria.
Right.
Nah, you're good. Yeah. Right. You know? Got arms in it.
For now.
Daniel chapter 2 verse 44. And in the days of these kings shall the power Yahweh of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. And the kingdom.
Yeah, that's our kingdom. Like we mentioned that you read Revelation, you got the beast of 7 heads, 10 horns. After that power structure is destroyed, the kingdom, the righteous power structure will be established on the planet forever. Okay? We've been prophesying in the reincarnation of different kingdoms throughout history. That's what's been going on. Okay? But now we're at the end of all that. All these, you know, pagan temples and dog and human sacrifices and all this that's been going on since the start of time, basically. All of that is going to come to an end. Okay? And because there ain't going to be no, I don't know if the Most High exists, so I don't really believe. You're going to the presence, you're going to see it. You're going to see. The Lord ain't going to allow. Now it's going to be. He's going to show him. He's going to reveal himself. Okay.
Because everything that's going to happen is going to glorify His name. You know, the destruction of America, the glorifying of His Son, and His children, man.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to be part of that evidence.
Every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess. Then everyone's going to be shocked.
Just on the point.
The Lord, man, so like the Lord's going to have a chariot through the whole planet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're gonna miss that.
Right.
Definitely gonna be an event.
Spooky, right? It's trip.
Just on the point about the Lord magnifying His name, right? This is Ezekiel 36 and 21. But I had pity for mine holy name, which the house of Israel had profaned among the heathen whither they went. Therefore say unto the house of Israel, thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, I do not this for your sakes, O house of Israel, but for my holy name's sake, which ye have profaned among the heathen whither ye went.
Yeah, and we're the ones who are proclaiming the name of the Lord. How is it that here is the Heavenly Father, this is His earth, and He ain't getting no credit? Everyone's crediting themselves, or I do, yeah. No, you didn't do shit. You didn't make yourself, you didn't design yourself.
It's my idol.
Right. You didn't design how you look, what height you are. You didn't have a part in that. That proves as a creator, because how just, you know what I'm saying? Scripture says the very hairs in your head is numbered. There's there's architecture, there's information, there's data. Right? So here it is, and they ain't giving the creator credit. And he ain't happy about that. Right? Okay? He's angry.
That's where your idols.
Right.
I've got a precept. Jeremiah 16 and 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh. There shall no more be said, the Lord Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them.
So that's going to be spoken of forever. Everyone's going to, well, the Most High Yahweh shall destroyed America. I won't agree. That's going to be spoken about forever, man, because America's going to be, like in the Planet of the Apes had the Forbidden Zone. That's going to be America, man. A monument. We're going to have a new Passover. We're coming to a new one. A new high holiday, wherever it, based on the destruction of America.
Yeah, greatest deliverance.
So, got that for you. It says Jeremiah 16 and 14. It says, therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that it shall no more be said, Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
You just read it.
Yeah, I just read that.
Okay.
Oh, it's that.
That's so good. It's so good.
Yeah. It says, but Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and now bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers.
So the Most High wants that emphasized. Because that's the thing, that again, that scripture shows the glory. The Lord's going to get the glory.
Because he's raised us up from being a no people. Because this is the worst condition Israel's ever been in. The fact that we didn't even know who we were anymore. In the hand of our enemies, man. It was never like that before. Even in Egypt, we knew who it was. We knew who we were. But this one was completely, we completely destroyed as a people. The Lord resurrected us, man.
Jacob's soul used to being destroyed. It's crazy, man. Okay, we just fucked. Edomites don't live like that. They'll be saying, oh, I didn't know you was going through that. If you talk to what is it? Like you say, yeah, you go in the shop. Is
that normal?
So, but Jacob, like, come on, man. Jacob used to their whole family being destroyed. Okay, you don't get on with your sisters, your brothers. You might have your parents, you might have done drugs. You know, all types of crazy shit. Your sisters are all this chaos in the house. This family stealing money from your nan. You know, all sorts, you know what I'm saying? It's just chaos going on. There's no dads.
Don't know who the dad is.
The mom's cursing him out, cursing you out. Hey, dad out.
You look just like your dad.
You're just like forbidden.
4 years old. Fucking out like
got open breathing fire. You know what I'm saying?
It's even emphasized greatly now, even more because of the UN voting that the slavery, transatlantic slave trade is the greatest atrocity to mankind. So this is setting it up. You know, the Heavenly Father is setting it up whereby, you know, it's highlighting that trade, you know, that triangle trade that happened with these people in the crosshairs, you know, Jake dealing with Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans. They're the people that suffered the most. So it's being highlighted. So now that
that's on the front, it's pivotal in prophecy.
There you
There's
go.
no way it's not being mentioned about us.
The
fact that it says we go to
Deuteronomy, the curses.
Yeah.
The curses.
You know, the fact that we went on, you know, into Egypt again with ships. That was a key prophecy, man, for us to identify us. And now it's being recognized that was the worst, you know, crime that's ever happened.
And that's why I'm mentioning that Roper. That's how you know there's an agent, because everything that's pivotal in the scriptures he's trying to tear down. Because
he doesn't want to speak those people.
Yeah, he's working up with them fucking right. So they don't want us. They don't want that out there like that.
The only free nation.
The curses. He's always trying to get on the curses, right? Yeah. But the curses, that's powerful. That shows you who the tribes are. It's a sign. The tribes, like you're saying, first of all, man, the tribes just going to the scriptures wouldn't even know who the fuck they are. Okay? That's prophecy, Ezekiel 37 and all that, and different ones. Okay? All of that. So the tribes wouldn't even, that's a curse. So what we talking about here? It's more like to run around one. Oh, he's not claiming. Okay, but you ain't fulfilling prophecy then?
That's it.
Homeboy.
There was only 3 nations that voted against it. There was America, the Small Hats, and Argentina. Which I think there's a lot of Small Hats.
Argentina, man.
Yeah.
Right, that's racist.
Yep.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay, you got the indigenous population there. They're in the corner somewhere.
Catching hell.
Catching hell.
Got something? Got this if I can. It says Daniel 9:12 says, and he had confirmed his words which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil, for under the whole heaven hath not been dealt as hath been done upon Jerusalem.
Yeah. So everything we're saying, and this is the Most High movement, that's why he's got it all in the public, right? You can't avoid the Most High's, his script, like you could just, you know, like the average folk now, like you could just push it in the corner and it ain't going, that's not how things work. Yeah. Just because you feel you can do that, it's beyond you. Okay, the Most High's got all these things, all these uncomfortable stuff, all the lies, everything, the tabs, right? Now it's the tabs, you know?
Everyone,
the
the whole thing's been printed. Just keeps coming out of the printer like.
Infinite tabs. Yeah, but I thought that was no, that's very.
Your browser history.
Never.
Did all that?
Oh shit!
But that's even like with the island they're using to bomb Iran. They say well, I don't know if it was Jake over there, but they said
Jacobs. I think
they're saying that there was a genocide committed on the island, like mass genocide. They basically Keir Starmer said he's gonna give it back to them. And Trump was saying, why did you give it?
Dumb boy.
Yeah, because he wants to keep it. It's a
strategic.
But that shows you, they're trying to, told you in the book of Job, what's that? Yeah, like I said, well, really, they're trying to clean up their image. They're trying to make themselves out to be those white people that they always said they are. So now they're doing that. But the reality of the situation is, you got a blood debt. Like this.
That's why they keep mentioning the slavery thing. They try and brush it under the rug. Yeah. Blacks did it. We didn't really. The English didn't really. We didn't do. We were involved in.
Not how you lot done it.
That's what it says right now. The else supporters and people like that. That's what they try and push.
It's night and day.
They try and, you can't, like what you said, the tabs is true. You can't. Like you said, they're trying to paint this pure white. You did.
You did.
And all these things that were involved bullshit. Someone said that recently or some shit. That's kind of backing them people. Exactly. Well,
companies, the boats.
Yeah. All over England, all of these shires, right? All of the shires. You got the ports of the major, but even just these shires, yeah. All of these shires, all over the country, all of these places had slave masters that were living there, that were getting money sent straight from slave trade. Who were rich. All these shires, all these lords and that all over the country, all of them, slave masters, all in mainly the Caribbean, like the Caribbean. So you know it's spiritual that Benjamin over here, because the slave owners were here. Yeah. Okay. And they'll have their surnames, man. Kenneth Booth and all that. We've got slave master names and shit.
Psalms 109 verse 13. Let his posterity be cut off, and in the generation following, let their name be blotted out. Let the iniquity of his fathers be remembered with the Lord. And
how on earth, you're gonna act like you ain't involved? Okay. What's all that about, man? You think but that shows you the hate. when it comes to slavery, everyone's like, come on, all that.
The whole European nation, they abstain from the vote. They didn't want to vote at all. You know, which basically they don't agree in it. Obviously, it's the same thing in it. But the whole European Union didn't want to vote on that.
When Jake's complain and start going, oh, you don't know that shit. I don't start doing that. And all that. It's like they hate Jake so much that you ain't even got the right to complain.
You can do anything now. You can do anything.
You wear Nike now.
He's always there.
Yeah. Like, bro, it's like, sorry, you still got the goods, bro. You still got the riches.
And if they do have someone debate them, it's orchestrated. Like they control opposition. You know, they get someone dumb enough to kind of say, oh, well, you know, we did have slaves in Africa, but you know, maybe you have a point. It's like, bro, you're placating to their whole agenda.
But
Especially with TV. I remember growing up watching TV, you'd have certain things you watch that like very tender things to talk about, and they control the narrative. But now with the internet, you can't do that.
You know,
can't do that.
The hypocrisy of it is like these small hats, you can't deny it.
Yeah.
You can't deny it, bro. And you have to respect it. Otherwise, you know, you're getting called all kinds of things, isn't it? That's it. Right? But you're meant to, you're being forced to remember that for them. And them men are paying or getting reparations from Germany. But Nazi Germany don't exist no more. So what's that got to do with Germany today? If you're talking about, oh, that was in the past, and all this sort of business, it's got nothing to do with that. It's just that they hate us. That's what it's down to.
And they try and make it seem like this was such a long time ago, but it's like Jake was, like our grandparents were of that generation. You know?
There was still Jake's getting hung.
Yeah, and it was going like over 400 years, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, generation.
You were just like, you know what I'm saying?
Whole generation.
You were just a year. When it's a year's, you know, a year feels like.
But you want us to cry for the small hats that supposedly got persecuted for a few years.
Right.
In the middle of war.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
And you right to do so, and look, that was back then and all that.
But it's like
it was just then. Just then. And it was going on for a long time.
Christmas was just then. Like when your Christmas that you celebrate, the Lord being, we're coming into so-called Easter. The Lord was born in those bunnies and all that. That was just a couple years ago. But you still remember it. That's even further back than slavery. You remember it. Lord was born year 20, you know, AD. You remember that and you celebrate it every year, according to your knowledge. But a couple hundred years ago, you was beating us black and blue, skinning us, wearing us as a fucking trousers, and selling, you know, what would you call it? Fucking jarring man's peanuts and fucking like. The things you lot done, this is why you don't want us to know these things. Because it really makes you out to be a real creepy ass cracker, man.
But this is, Esau enjoys mocking us, right? And making our plight look like it was nothing. Right? Because he'll celebrate days that, like, you know, Thanksgiving Day, you know, like the Gadites and stuff, man. He celebrates that. It's a mockery, bro. He likes to mock us, man, because knowing that we've got no power to do nothing about it. Right? You know, or we ain't gonna do shit basically because niggas ain't doing shit. You know, and this is why, like, you know, there was a post that, like, we don't give a fuck about your money. We don't even fucking want that.
I think they were saying picnics is supposed to be picnic. So like you're saying, there's a lot of just celebrating. There's a lot of stuff today that's like roots from. Well, everything really. You know, everything is the old culture. Everything is rooted from slavery. So it ain't it's happening now. You know. You know, basically these damaged Negroes walking around, being called niggas still.
Walking wounded.
Right.
Oh shit, what we doing?
Right, you still got called a nigga. Oh shit. We ain't got nowhere, man.
Yeah, man, I'm pretending like racism's over or something, like, bro.
Oh yeah, even on Vinny Jr., they call him a monkey on pitch and then they told him to get on and play.
That guy gets it the worst, so I ain't gonna lie, that Billy, because they know they can get to it. That's what it seems like.
The scriptures tell you Esau hates Jacob. Okay, the scriptures tell you that. That's what all this is about. Jacob versus Esau. Alright, we told you that. It came out the Rothschild secret. Well, they know they're Edomites. You come out with the document. All right. So they're saying that we're Jacob. They know who we are. They know that. That's why they got that hate.
It's a real devil, man.
You know what I'm saying?
One of them's called Jacob Rothschild. Not Jacob, you know? Yeah. Nice to meet you. Double name. Oh no, it ain't mine. I'm Esau.
Right, they call you Cleet. Right, Cleet. Really, you're the Israelite. You're Jacob. He's called Cleet.
But again, on the name thing, that's why it's important for them to take away our names and stuff like that, because then we lose identity.
Yeah.
You know, we call ourselves fucking Rick and Thomas and shit. It's like, what the fuck does that mean to us, really? If we had our old Hebrew names, then obviously we're Hebrews, right? We had something to connect to. It was important for them to strip that away from us, man. You know? And then they go and claim those names for themselves and shit. You know? Are you got something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Obadiah chapter 1 verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathens. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head.
And this is what scares them, because they know what they've done. And they know, really, if justice was to be served, then they need to go through the same thing. And that's a nightmare for the so-called white man, for Esau. But in their mind, it's like, well, how's that ever going to happen? These niggas are so through. How's that ever going to happen? But then when they hear us talk about these things in Yahushai, it's like they hope that's not the case. Because once Yahushai comes, man, you're done. You're done, and you're going to get the worst ass kicking you've ever fucking dreamt of. You know what I mean? Like, because we're not going to be nice to you. And you know we're not going to be nice to you, man. And you can't blame us, really. I know you want to, but you can't. We're going to make sure those 1,000 years that you're underneath us, man, is fucking unpleasant as fuck, man. You know?
We're on a time. We're going to be on a timeline. The days are going to be long.
Yeah.
It's going to be a cut-off. 99 more days until Esau.
You're going to make you feel all that pain.
You're going to go in.
Like everyone knows, like we're service-based economies, and like part of that is insurances. Like for example, in like Lloyd's Bank, is like the biggest because they started
Lloyd's of London.
Lloyd's of London.
Different.
Lloyd's of London, where like 2/3 of all the insurances back then, going back to the 18th century, was off the slave trade. And it's still 2026. Insurance is one of the biggest cream makers for the UK to this day. But man will still turn around and say, no, but it's not a racist country. We didn't benefit from slavery.
Yeah. Lloyd's of London is still insuring ships to this day.
Yeah,
And with the whole Strait of Hormuz thing, it's like Iran doesn't actually have to mine the Strait of Hormuz. They just have to make it, which is what they did. Which they just had to make it in basically insurance, not insure any of the ships. Which is what Lloyd's of London, they're like, we ain't insuring these ships, you know.
You know, and that as well. Them slave master companies, they've already just stopped getting paid out, really. You know, so they pay reparations to these man. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to Jake, fuck Jake.
And when it comes to Jake and their companies as well, they're like, oh, we just don't understand why we can't get a Jake to get to a senior position. It's just, it's like, we have to do, we've got all the DE9 programs, but you can't go past the cashier.
And this is why in the kingdom you're not going to get no mercy, man.
That's
like,
it.
you really ain't. You showed us none. Yeah, you showed us none.
Yeah, like you said, they hate fuck Jake. That's what they do.
Fuck Jake.
They hate Jake. It's crazy.
Whenever Jake get into them circles, they always say, oh, they're so racist. You talk to any of them Jake, they get up in those circles. So these guys are so racist, man. It's like, what? Is it a surprise?
Heritage, bro.
It says, for as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions.
Right. Oh, what's the time of the camera, fuck?
3:10.
This is Ezekiel 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred against Slakia, because thou had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel, by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time of their iniquity had an end.
Right? Your hatred has never stopped. It's from the womb. It hasn't stopped. So like I said, the time you came over to the west coast of Africa to enslave us, man, we wasn't troubling you. We was minding our own business, man. But you thought it was you needed to come and find us and put us into slavery. You know what I mean? You have that hatred so much that you have to come and search us out and torment us. And Obadiah tells you shouldn't have done these things, man, pretty much. Because you've always done this against us. When the opportunity came, you was there among our enemies, causing us trouble. Right? So the whole point is that we are the Lord's chosen people. And you shouldn't be touching the Lord's anointed. Right? But you, like I said, you know this and you still went and did it anyway. That's why you're fucking an idiot. You're the precept on that. You have something?
Yeah, real quick. Psalms 137:7. Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom and the day of Jerusalem, who said, race it, even to the foundation thereof.
Right? So every opportunity you had, you kind of exploited, basically, to try and do damage to us, to hurt us some type of way or other. Because you ain't got the blessing. That's what it boils down to. You ain't got the blessing. But the Most High never chose you, ever. Not even for 1 millisecond.
They even burnt down the temple as well.
Yeah. That's what
That's a whole lot, man. The Heavenly Father's holy temple, man, where he places his feet, he burnt it down.
And so you ain't got no fear of the Heavenly Father and what he would do. You know? So your time's coming, man. You know?
You had the Ark of Titus even after that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
So,
yeah.
So we're a focal point for their hatred. That's perpetual.
Yeah. About them, what's it, like that whole story arc with like the antagonist and protagonist. Without the antagonist, the protagonist is like, it's basically, without the protagonist, the antagonist is just basically like, you know, I have nothing to live for. That's why, Jake, they little, you know, Esau lie, these devils, they'll act like they're not into Jake culture, but they love Jake, love Jake music, Jake dance, everything. That's why the moment they get a chance, they take over jazz. The moment they get a chance, take over rock and roll. Any little thing that Jake makes, them monkeys dancing around, you know, and their zoot suits, and then next thing you turn around, they're wearing zoot suits. Yeah, my brother, you know, they showed you that in what's this movie? The horror movie.
Sinners?
Not Sinners, the older one with the teacup. Get out.
Kanye.
You know, they're trying to get our blessing, man.
What the African American community say that?
They're jealous, man.
Yeah.
You know, they're jealous.
If it was the hatred.
Okay. Yeah. The haters.
Well, it says that the envy you had for them.
Yeah. The haters, the jealous, the envious, all of that. So, and they run around saying they're the people, but they know they're not, because everything that they do behind the scenes, the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers, all these people, they're worshipping these other gods. So that's just a.
Well, they set up a secular state.
They use that identity. They're using that for political agendas.
Yeah.
To get for their greed.
Yeah. So they can get protected. Look, we're the people of the Bible. We've been attacked. You know what I mean? And political, it's all agendas. Okay. To gain lands, to domination, world domination, different things. So. But they know behind the scenes, they've got these big fucking statues built to Mercury. Okay? They're drinking blood, they're eating babies. Come on, man, give me a break. Okay, Mr. Burton, man. All right, that's why the land over there's got to get nuked, man. What the hell's going on in the land today? All right.
Big city.
They've defiled. The scripture says in the land of uprightness, what they'll do unjustly. So who's over there? Satan is in the land right now, right? Doing unjustly. You don't want to know what they're getting up to, but it's over there. Okay. Because you know that Steen, which he ain't there, but he could be in that land. Okay.
Yeah. Because they say a lot of people that do that to children, they move over to Israel, you know, because they get protected over there.
Yeah, Tucker Carlson was bringing that in it, I think I remember correctly.
Right.
He was talking to the US embassy dudes to Israel or something like that. About these pedophiles coming into Israel being protected. Yeah. Under the family.
Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
I say you didn't fear to shed the children of the Lord, right? But like I mentioned, the Lord said not to touch His anointed, man. Right? David knew that. When it was him and Saul, he didn't put his hands on the Saul, even though he knew he was going off. You know, because he's the Lord's anointed.
Esau's got history of just hating Jacob.
Yeah.
All throughout time. So that's the spirits that we're dealing with here. They're going to get judged for slavery. Even when we come out of Egypt, they didn't want to let us through. Something wrong with them. Burning temples, eating Jacobs. This is real. These are the demons, man. Y'all didn't believe. Y'all thought it was all conspiracies, bro. It's all come out. Go into like these country towns in England. I'm not talking about you like some Cockney Jakes or some Irish descent. I'm not talking about. I'm just going to the countryside. And there's some real creepy villages out here. It's spooky.
Where they got the Wicker Man.
That's what they're doing out there. This is real, man.
Yeah.
You can feel it in the air.
They show you that in Hot Fuzz.
They start doing that stupid, that lip murmuring, like, what's he doing here? And they'll stare at you, because they got power out there. Okay, and that the movie Get Out, you mentioned, that shows you that.
That's like a hamlet as well, like equivalent of a small town village kind of thing.
So they show you that in Hot Fuzz. Hot Fuzz, that because it was all about going into one of these creepy old English towns, and basically everyone was a witch.
And they used to have meetings as well.
Yeah.
Shit,
New
guys in town.
That was a sweet harmony. Move that way.
Oh man.
We ain't weird, man. They're creepy, man. That's what they do, man.
Their ways are another fashion, isn't it? You know?
That's why Harry Potter is such a big thing. Like that thing is like a Merlin, you know.
Harry Potter is big.
Yeah.
They get dumbass Americans. When they think of England, they think of Harry Potter. They wanna
go King's Cross, bro. There's homeless men outside King's Cross, bro. Go King's Cross after when the night lights come. You see what King's Cross is. You see the witches then, bro. It is some real pharmakia right there, man. Some crackheads, man.
Yeah, that Harry Potter. Yeah, it's witchcraft. Okay.
You got a new
and
TV
J.K.
show
Rowling, right? She's a warlock. Where's she from, man? She's not Scottish. She's English, I think. Yeah, I think she lived up there. Like Edinburgh. I think that's what it was. But she's,
just fuck off into the sticks, do whatever.
She's cursing out the elites, whatever, but you can see she's a warlock.
Yeah.
That's what they got that look, And the Edomites into hunting in the countryside. Country Edomites, man. And it came out in the files, man. We don't know, but apparently according to that, people that they were calling the Jakes.
It's a spirit. Literally, there's a video that just popped up here that says, "Do the elites really hunt people?" Literally, just 10, 20, 30 seconds ago.
That's crazy. Okay, we videoed it.
Oh, I missed the thing. I just saw the title.
But that's what they were. Well, that's basically it. So they say that Sandringham Castle, I can't remember that one is. I was trying to look up on the phone, the fucking signal shit. You know, you got certain phone carrier. Some of them are shit in certain areas. So I was trying to fucking use Google Maps and look at this shit.
Satan was on the pole like.
You know what I mean? But that's what apparently they're doing Hunger Games and fucking Negroes at Sandringham Castle.
And don't think that, and that might sound wild to some of you people out there, man, but just you think about what they was doing during slavery.
That's what I'm about to say.
You know what I'm saying? It's not unusual.
Yeah,
That's not unusual. That's a file that says that.
And these men are all about traditions, right? Traditions, we used to do that back then, so we could do it now. Fox hunting and shit. Like, so don't be surprised if that's going on because them men do that. There's bare people go missing all their fucking time. Like no family, no one cares about that kind of thing. They just get snapped up.
You see them missing posters or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, it'll be from like 2016. I'm like, bro, that guy is gone, bro.
Yeah, he's gone.
What the hell's that still up for?
It's like 30 now. God.
It'd be like 10 years ago, and you was like, bro, it's like, who even knows? You might have the parents still trying to find something, but then otherwise, no, like the police ain't looking, no one's looking.
We had the Queen, right? And it was they used to, I don't know if it was what it was. It was a birthday or something like
and
that.
The blacks came out.
Right, that all the parades.
She was
sitting
like, not
there,
reacted at all.
Right, not reacting until the Jake parade. These fucking Caribbean booty shaking, whatever. I don't think they're even doing that. I don't know what they would,
They'll do something.
They do something like
music,
right, some dancing, and then she
got up in the chest, was like, oh!
That one was really old that night.
She was laughing at him, man. You could see she's there.
It was crazy. I wish we recorded that because I remember seeing it. It was just like, it was on TV. I was like, fucking hell, bro. She just actually reacted to that after reacting to
Hey, they're like Solomon, man. You know, Solomon said it when he had his reign. He collected peculiar treasures. So that's E and his little, I want that one. Peculiar treasures. Even that, because I just see if Sandra Bullock, she's got like 2 youths that are like Jake in it. You see, they collect like these different actors and actresses. They'll adopt different Jakes and all that type of stuff. It's because they just feel like, I'd love to have a little nigga baby, that's how they look at things. It's just they can do anything they want in this world.
It's the same way. Jake with pets.
Yeah.
To the children, they get the black child for the daughter.
Chain,
yeah, you know what I mean? It's the same shit, man. You guys got anything?
Amos chapter 1 verse 11. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof. Because
the Lord ain't going to turn away the punishment. So that's part of the practice as well. Okay, you think, there's nothing's racial, everything's racial. Lineages, people get judged by lineages. Okay? That's just the truth, Lineages are coming back. There's all this melting pot of confusion. People not knowing who they are. That's E that does that. A lot of lands and stuff, the names have been changed. All of them.
There's a clip of Donald Trump talking about WASPs. And he's saying he's saying he fought one politician with a WASP. And it basically, I believe it means white Anglo-Saxon person, or like something like that. So all those people, so that's like hierarchy within their elite. If you're like British and not Scottish, because the guy tried to say Scottish as well, not Irish, but Scottish and Irish are the same thing. But if you're like English, French, I don't know if Spain fell into it, it's like certain specific nations, they're depicted, in America they're known as wasps. So within their society, they have a hierarchy where they look, oh, that's a wasp. You know, that's like a, you know, because he was saying, oh, I thought this guy was a wasp, but it turns out this guy's a fucking, like, he's Italian. You know, like he's shit talking. So it's like you have people over there, obviously they're going under the guise of being a white Anglo-Saxon person to mix in the elite of that society. So it goes into what you're saying, like there's a, everything's defined, there's lines, racial lines. And you can't be in their circle if you're not of that lineage. That's why the Eastern Europeans, like, they're not with them. They don't look at them the same. They're on a train at 5-4 in the morning, the same with so-called blacks and you know, all the colored people of the earth. You know, they ain't regarded the same as the elite of the society.
Right. Yeah, and the crown and them, they don't. You never hear English people bigging up the Irish, man. Tearing it. You never. You know what I mean? They might. Oh, on St. Patrick's Day, they act like they're down and go in pubs, but they don't really like Irish, man. Okay, because you know Irish are jakes, and they're known for being mouthy and always rebellious and all that. You know, there's that English, the crown beef with the Irish, but the Irish are always, you know, talking up against the oppression, you know, so they don't like that. Keep quiet, you know, that spirit. All right, you got Kunas Irish, they might try and identify with them, but sometimes they want to have like these quirky ass people want to act like they're in tune with other ethnic things or whatever. Trendy. Oh, I got an Irish friend. Oh, I got Ireland. Yeah. Bullshit, man. You ain't really ready to have those. Are you ready to have the real conversation? Okay. You ain't? Like with slavery. That's the real conversation.
They wouldn't in the bars either, man. No Irish,
no blacks, no dogs, no Irish. Yeah, we ain't no quirkies and Irish. Y'all ain't part. Like, don't try and change the history. Okay? There was one Irish person and he was with some quirkies, and then kind of came over talking, and then all that come up. They were talking about what were they saying? Some Jake. They always listen to Jake stuff from Irish, or they into Bob Marley or something. So I started having, and then all that started coming up, and the quirkies didn't know what to do. You know? They actually, now they weren't involved in it.
They were on the wrong side.
We're on the wrong side. They ain't got, you know what I'm saying?
That's terrible. I think my parents recently had that happen to them too.
Well, the quirkies, their parents was the ones to get whipping the jakes.
But then that's even another thing, because you had these documentaries come out where they show you. I saw like they had all the Jake children in Montserrat that were like the Irish that came over to Montserrat and they had an Irish accent and Oliver Cromwell and all that. Like there's a big, you know, history, and that's why they don't accept the Irish, because they know that they have black blood as you call it, but it's Israelite blood.
Well, again, history that they don't tell. They don't bother to go into none of that stuff. You know what I mean? Because they don't really want to talk about it.
Yeah.
They don't want to let you know about what's going on and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know? But the Irish, you just know, everyone knows that there's just something about that's that history. They're just not English. They're not the same. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you're Irish, they're gonna start talking about the oppression that they went through. You know what I'm saying? And they're not the conversations that, you know, that they want to be having. Man, them Irish, they always be talking about Cromwell, about slavery, about Palestine. They don't stop. You know what I'm saying? Talk about the crown. When they're on that, they're just always talking about that. You know what I'm saying? That's because they're Jakes, man.
Because you even have that native statue that they have. I think it's in Ireland, and then like the natives and the Irish, they've got, because it was, I think during the famine, the natives basically raised on funds. Native Americans raised on funds to help the Irish, so there was always like a bit of love between the two, you know.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee. You know, showing you doesn't matter whatever nation, mainly applying to Jake, but Jake that are scattered as well. You know, like the elder was saying, no blacks, no Irish. You know, all into the same word, man. Look down upon, call different names in society.
It's like you mentioned, it doesn't matter where in the world we was. There was always the downcast of the people. They always had a different name for us. You know, no matter where we was, to denote that we were lower. You know, or disregarded or whatever. You know, no matter where we was.
That's why the scripture says that there shall be deliverance from the four corners of the earth. You know, because Jakes are scattered on the four corners, in different lands, all over the world. You know.
The islands of the sea as well, Isaiah 11:11.
Right. Catching out. You know.
Deuteronomy 28:64. And the Lord Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods.
Yeah, so Jake, all the nations, you got Jakes amongst the Chinese, you know, same deal. But they're all gonna get beamed up, you know. Sheep shall be gathered. Lord, you know, gather the sheep from amongst the nations. You got the wheat and you got the tares. You know. So all the Jakes, they're gonna be gathered up. Out of these heathen.
It says, which serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
Yeah, and the ones that don't repent, they're going to be destroyed. Next to them, fucking idols.
And Jesus Christ is one of them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Major idol. That's a major idol. It's got all them tribes.
Yeah. Don't imagine.
Oh, you can
Cool. Alright, man. We're gonna close up. So we're going with that. We're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Double honors to the elders, the apostles of GMS. Shalom, man. Shalom.